Wake up.
Good evening, patients. Welcome back. There are 10 of you. Only one survived.
You can be sure that we're both on a list. You can be sure that we make the most best.
Why is this happening to me?
Screaming through history, uncovering mysteries as to why the whites are living in misery. We keep the audience salivating as we continue navigating through centuries of adventures of the ever-evolving small hat wizardry. Ardy and Fist, let us show you what you might have missed.
And it looks like we're live.
We're live.
We're live.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Ardy and Fist. I'm Fist. He's Ardy. You know, we party hardy.
I'm having an identity crisis. I don't even know. I'm a white without a homeland right now. Okay, I am on team global whites at this point. Okay, it actually hit me, dude. What's happening in Spain and seeing the footage. Because it was like one of the first times where I felt like that was happening to like a shared people of mine, because my own country, where I live, people don't look like me, and then to see that happen there, I was like, wow, this is only happening to countries of people that look like me. It's very things feel different.
Happening just for no reason at all.
Hey, I know that voice.
Social,
I know that tone of voice you're using right now. That means it's a certain reason. I know you like I think I do.
No, man, it's social and economic circumstances, structural reasons. White supremacy. Yeah, it's Israel. It literally is. It's Israel. They're like pressuring. They're pressuring Spain. Because Spain like went against them and the whole like Gaza thing. Netanyahu's kid was like literally out there tweeting, being like, if the Muslims want to take over like a bit of Spain, right? You could go over there. Oh,
I'm sure you have like proof and evidence for this. You're not just like speculating about it. Come on, dude. Really?
Yeah,
how could you really?
I do have proof and evidence for it. Actually,
you always do. Here comes Fist with his evidence about his assertions. Such a nerd.
His conspiracy theories backed up by autistic documentation.
You're talking to someone who just edited a video of Dinesh D'Souza debating Andrew Wilson, and I'm a third of the way through with my video of Not So Erudite debating Rachel Wilson. Okay, I don't know what evidence is right now. I've been subjected to hours and hours of debates that are relying purely on emotion.
People tell me they don't understand like how it is that I watch the stuff that I watch, but I can't understand how you can like watch these like debates without your brains like drooling out of your ears.
I used to argue. I've lived with women and I would argue with them for 5 hours. I learned that most men don't take the argument. And I'm like, you could like beat her up, right? She can't do anything to you. I'd always take the argument. Fucking, she can't. What's she gonna do? Well, crazy things was the answer. Okay, but I used to do like 5-hour arguments with a girlfriend, like nothing. Wouldn't even break a sweat. You kidding me? Over the smallest thing, too. I wouldn't let anything go.
Dude.
That's called autism, fellas, okay? What's right is right, and what's annoying is annoying, and women are very annoying to converse with, let alone debate.
So I discovered I'm being attacked by the Matrix bros. Comments for my last 2 live streams were suspiciously turned off. I think we know who to
You
blame.
had your comments turned off?
Yeah, by Mossad.
That doesn't even
Clearly.
happen to me, Fist. Are you serious? That doesn't even happen to
Yes,
me.
I know.
Thought I was the canary in the coal mine.
So usually, right, I'll be getting up, there'll be like a few comments, I'll, engage with people. And it's been suspiciously quiet, over like the last week. And so I go in and my last 2 live streams, the comments have been like turned off. I turned them back on now. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. Clearly I'm being attacked by the Matrix, right? And if you want to help fight back, right? Like they won't silence us.
Yes.
I'm
also,
including-
fellas, we don't know if the subscribe button is working
That's right.
on his channel either. Okay.
I'm going to deliberately include my channel in the definition of us.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you want to be one of us. You want to fight the Matrix. Well, the best thing that you can do is go over to my channel and click the subscribe button, which may have also been disabled. I don't know. There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, we have to see if the 2K subscribers numbers are ruined on his channel. But he actually did. I saw that it said there was no comments for his streams, which hasn't even happened to us. So congratulations, dude. I don't know how you pulled that one off.
Thank you very much. I think maybe it was the gay communism thing.
Yeah, and when you say gay communism, the book is called Toward a Gay Communism, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, and I
Right.
didn't even get into like the really horrible bits. I was.
You didn't get into the corpophilia?
No.
It's in there. I know what book you're talking. It's one of the. I don't picture this, Fist. I don't read, but I read that book. How is that possible? How is that fucking? That's how much I hate commies, dude. Okay.
You don't read, but you did read that. It's like literally the only time where like you've like read more of something than
I was like, I
have,
read
and
that.
it's that.
You were like, it was too disgusting to finish on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, I know that book. Yeah, front to back, dude.
But communism 101.
It was like the OG trans guy. It was like trans before trans. It was when queer, and of course, any leftist outlet, review site holds the book in very high regard. All right, it is very PDF friendly. Okay, and I ain't talking about the file format, if you know what I'm saying. Of course, no lefties ever reject the book at all whatsoever.
Let me guess. It's a stunning tour de force describing the biological basis
Keep it generic.
of capitalism in not doing stuff to the butt.
Throw the word intersect in there. How it intersects with something else.
Oh, how the oppressions of capitalism intersect with the butt.
Yes.
It's so pornographic, right? I was like trying to read it on this on the stream, and I'm like, I better not read it verbatim. Just try.
Well, dude, you want to know what else is going to be graphic? Norm Finkelstein talked to Hasan Piker. Okay? You would think that conversation would be incredibly boring, and normally you'd be correct. Except Norm Finkelstein doesn't like Israel or the moos. Norm Finkelstein is himself a moo, but he's an anti-moo. He is going to convince Hasan Piker that we need to hate all of them, and he's going to use the method of anti-Semitism is an irrational fear, and then he's going to say it's a rational fear, so it's not anti-Semitism, so we can hate all of them. You're going to have so much agreement overlap with Norm Finkelstein, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Finkelstein is going to wind up like that mooish snazzy who wound up killing himself.
Dude, he's going to invoke that his family went through the Holly to justify hating all the moose.
Oh my God.
Twisted, dude. It's twisted.
Man, this is a weird timeline. Very, very
Things are breaking
weird
down.
timeline.
Yeah.
Didn't you also say Steven Crowder has come out for fascism now.
Oh yeah, we're going to cover that. Yeah, he made a video saying that we need fascism and the case for fascism. And he's going to end the video by saying, he says, and I quote, even the bad fascists is what he says, which is Steven Crowder a year ago would say all fascists are bad. Obviously, I don't agree with that. And then now he's like, well, just so you guys know, there are bad fascists. I'm like, damn, Steve, that was a fucking 180. When the fuck that happened? Right around the time of him going to the barbershop, I think.
Things have really shifted on the ground, man. Like, oh my God.
So also,
I can't believe it. I can't believe it, man. It's gonna be Stephen Del Franco, pizza delivery.
Yeah, he covers Chile, Brazil, Spain, Bolivia. He goes through the history, and it's never been out of nowhere like James Lindsay and the woke centrists like to make you believe. It's always been a response to the left because they don't take no for an answer. Speaking of taking no for an answer, 2 women had a debate recently. I am a third of the way done with this video. I'm just going to show you the first minute. I may be able to finish it tonight because of how frustrated I am at Fake Cans Kyla. Oh, fellas. We got Destiny Disciple, Not So Erudite, or Fake Cans Kyla debating Rachel Wilson about who cares? There's no moderate people on the left. This is why you have to be right-wing. You can't even be on the left a little bit. Kyla is the only female-born trans woman in the world. She has fake boobs like a trans woman. She only partially paints her nails like a lazy, gross trans woman. Her hair is always greasy like a pig trans woman. And she always seems to have a really itchy nose and scalp like a meth head. So that's going to be coming out tonight. Very scathing review of Kyla.
Very measured response. Very measured response there. You're sort of, really foregrounding that sort of like, measured middle of the road kind of like opinion that you're known for all across the internet, obviously.
Only you have the accent to call it avant-garde, though. Just call it avant-garde for me.
It's avant-garde.
See, there it is. Listen to how posh that sounded, right?
Oh, yes. Very avant-garde. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of the opposite of posh, I got some more Orthodox Christians for you guys to show you what they believe in. Okay, all these Christians are identical; they're the exact same. So here we go. Here we go with more fake Christians. I'm kidding, of course, fellas. I hope that Fisk can help me find out what type of Christianity this is. I'm assuming it's under the umbrella of Protestant.
D-Realms Training Center in Ennis, Texas. During a one-on-one session, a saint approached the bondservant of Christ, John, with a question.
The question, I see you in all my dreams. My tongues just changed since the last time I seen you.
What followed was an exchange in tongues.
Yes. God is in prison. I just keep seeing you, man. My tongues has changed so many times. You're part of our tribe.
We noticed the fat, ugly white Floyd right next to them really taking this in, right? Do we think that race possibly plays a part in this for her?
In the trade, Ardy,
yeah,
we call those demons. You may be familiar with the concept that they will speak through people. Like, what the fuck? What am I? Oh, dude. Oh, it's going to be like the 1890s again, man. I'm telling you, right? You gotta like look around, and everyone's gonna be like speaking in tongues to each other.
There's no roof on this clown world. I'm still trying to find the plateau, right?
No, you know what comes after clown world, right?
No.
Demon world. That is literally established after clown world comes.
I know,
Demon
dude.
World.
Even like you think things were bad, and then you're like, I wouldn't mind going back to like 3 years ago or like 6 years ago. We'll see how this goes. Well, maybe they're going to turn it around. Maybe they'll be able to persuade you by the end of the video. Just so you guys know, I have done this with my friends on psychedelics, where we acted like we were having a conversation when we're just making grunting noises the entire time. It's a fun thing to do because then you act like what you're saying is important and then it makes each other laugh. They're serious, though. In my neck of the woods, this is a funny joke.
Yeah.
Look at the white lady. She's trying to get the spook spirit. And it's a picture that says Land Force, and it's a picture of a lion on his shirt. Very cute.
Chosen by God as a weapon in the spirit. In the sauce,
Look at the white lady.
this is Holy Ghost, do it the way you want to do it. Thank you, Father.
Can you believe we convinced these people to be slaves for hundreds of years? Really easy. There's probably the easiest to trick people maybe in human history.
The human race is rising to align with Christ and His glory in this end time. Thank God for the remnants in this end time.
I'd love to throw down that white lady too. I'm kind of jealous, actually. I'd like to just throw her to the ground. So, what do you think?
I mean, that is
that Catholic?
That is fucking horrifying, man. Like, holy crap, dude. Oh,
They all got their little shirts on. This is what did Jim Bob say? T-shirt evangelism. I love that. This is what he's referencing. This is incredible. Moving right along.
Dude, that's fucking disturbing as hell. Yeah, thanks. That's gonna like haunt me now.
You think that's disturbing? Listen to what Hunter Biden says publicly.
As it relates to Donald Trump, fuck him. Fuck his sons. Fuck his daughter. I mean it. All of them. The whole family, down to the grandchildren. I hope for the rest of time.
I think we're gonna have a theme of collective punishment this stream. Seems like where it's going.
That I am on this earth, that their names will live in ignominy. And by the way, here's the thing: like, oh, this is going to get clipped, and this is going to be the thing, and you go out there. But
well, yeah, it's what you just said. Yeah, that gets clipped. I love that. I love that there's no truth factor in anything. Now, this is going to get clipped. Like he's used to pictures of him being out doing things that are illegal. So it's like, yeah, this is going to get clipped. You really have no embarrassment or shame at this point. So why would you not say this?
let me just tell you something. What would you expect me to say? What would you expect me to say about a man that treats my father that way publicly? What would you expect me to say about a man that treats my mother that way, that treats my sister that way? They stole her diary and published it. Said my dad is a pedophile.
They said your dad is what? I'm sorry. Please continue, Fest. I'm listening.
And what would we, the collective West, say to your father who allowed Alejandro Mayorkas to run his immigration strategy and bring in millions and millions of undocumented people into the United States?
Very interesting.
I mean, you think that might be a bad thing?
Yeah, I know. I don't know where these accusations about his father comes from,
Yeah.
I mean, even in just publicly available footage, he's also made whatever, like, kids used to sit on his lap and, like, pick the hairs on his legs and stuff. He's got some weird stories, man, okay? He also likes breathing on children and invading their personal space, Hunter, something that apparently you don't understand.
Yeah.
They were involved in that directly. What would you expect?
No one's ever said anything about Trump and his family, right? Nobody ever says anything about the Trump family.
The logo from that video fits perfectly under our logo. Ardy and Fist macro posting.
Oh my god, it does. We're just going to keep that there from now on.
What do you say about a group of people that have the capacity and the capability to do that? They may think, oh, all's fair in love and war.
See, he doesn't know anything about being selfish. When Hunter Biden was doing crack, he was doing it for the American people. Okay?
And politics. And, well, that's how you get power. Well, you know what? Fuck them. And fuck that.
You're very articulate. Very articulate, man. Now,
I mean, look, yeah. He has a point, right? It's not as though Biden and Harris would ever work with any groups for whom like power is the ultimate goal, and they'd be willing to do anything to get there, right? I mean, you know, one of the things that always struck me about Biden and Harris was their just incredibly principled stance on everything.
Opening the border.
They wouldn't work with like communists that wanted to like overthrow America. No, sensible centrists, those guys.
Like as soon as COVID was ending, I was like, oh, thank God, now we can open the borders. My God.
Yeah.
The GDP.
The GDP.
Now, Hunter Biden may not be well-spoken, okay? But you want to know who is? Vivek Ramaswamy. Did you catch this?
I did not.
Vivek Ramaswamy is booed after telling an Ohio crowd, the truth of the matter is people in my generation already have it made. We're going to be fine. So Vivek Ramaswamy is saying that the boomer line, usually you hear that from people in their 60s and 70s, you know? Or you don't hear it, but that's the sentiment of what they're saying. Vivek seems to think that 40-year-olds have it made and the 20-year-olds have it tough. And all he did was expose himself as being an elite right here.
The truth of the matter is, you know, no matter what happens in whichever direction we go, people of my generation have already made it. We're going to be fine. It's going to be your generation that pays the price.
You are a political cretin, is what somebody yells from the back. You are a political cretin.
Sir, I am just like all of yous. I am very, very concerned about the young white people.
Yeah, and he says that we're going to be fine. The 40-year-olds, like, I don't know. So how many 40-year-olds, like, have a mortgage?
You know how Ramaswamy like got rich? Yeah, he like flipped like I think it's like a cancer drug or a Parkinson's drug
that like doesn't fast track trials or something like that, didn't he?
Anyone can do that, really.
See, doesn't that feel good?
Do you think as he walked off the stage, right, he like said to his like PR guy, I think that went pretty well.
Oh yeah, easily. Why would you acknowledge that went bad? Why would you pay that any mind? Now, fellas, we're gonna hear Norm Finkelstein really lay the heat on the moose, but we do have a woman on the ground doing some of the best moo antagonization. And we've seen some moo antagonization that I've ever seen.
Excuse me? What material is your suit made out of? What? Wool? I thought it's husband material. Can I get your number? Can I get your number?
This woman is walking around like blatantly hitting on these mooish men like in front of their girlfriends too. I don't know where this came from, but this trend needs to start because it's fucking hilarious.
No? Okay. All right. You're cute though. Excuse me? Do you speak Hebrew?
A little bit.
Because I think you're speaking to my heart. Can I get your number? I really like Short King, so I like your outfit. It's really cute.
Short Kings.
That's like, yeah. Do you have a map?
Map?
Yeah.
I don't have no.
Oh, I was gonna say because I keep getting lost in your eyes.
Okay.
This fucking guy has a flip phone. I don't think he has the. Is there some sort of workaround?
They all have flip phones.
They understand the temptation. Yeah. Right. You have to be insulated and insular if you're using a flip phone. You can't really join the world too much in that capacity.
Maybe I can get your number. Like, are you looking for a Jewish wife? I'm Jewish.
What's your name?
Gabby.
And where are you?
What?
And where are you?
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brighton Beach. Yeah.
I don't know.
No? Oh, okay. You have a really nice outfit on those. You're cute. You're cute. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me? Do you think you could put my your matzo balls with the galette fish? Maybe I can get your number.
Sorry?
His number?
No, sorry.
Don't wear such a nice outfit again then. It's really too hot. You got that yacht. Excuse me? Are you a jeweler? No, because I think you're like my diamond in the rough. Can I get your number? What? Behave. I just want your number. You got that yacht. Whatever.
You got that yacht, dude. I don't care what she looks like. That is always appropriate to do. None of them seemed comfortable at all because she doesn't look mooish, right? That's the out group. Why would they look comfortable at all with that happening? And
wow. It's crazy how they just don't engaged. Like they can just immediately sniff that it's a scam.
Yeah, like come on, no one finds me attractive. I'm not falling for that one.
I suppose that would be a very, very useful skill if you lived around a lot of other moons.
Right. So, so Jay Burton and Aaron McIntyre. What's this guy's name?
Rob Dreher.
Rob Dreher on Jerry Boring. We showed a little bit of it. Aaron McIntyre, dude, lays down quite a line here. So this guy's going to claim some things about the Orthodox Church, that on the internet there's certain things, and then people are going to the Orthodox Church looking for like anti-Semitism or something like that. I'll let him speak for himself.
I'm hearing from Orthodox priests, it's my own church, that some of these young guys are turning up because they've gotten turned on to Orthodoxy by watching something online. They show up expecting to see white people at prayer, or, you know, they want to hear anti-Semitism, or they want to hear some form of racism or a sacralized racism. And the priests have to deprogram them. Like, this ain't what it is, guys.
Now, Jay.
Did you say anything? No?
Just,
what? It's not like that when you go to liturgy? You have to
also
ward
churches
people off with a stick?
Also, churches are very white, but they're not exclusively white, and
they appeal to whites naturally. I assume they're not flashy. It's not jingling keys. It's solemn. It's low time preference. You have to go through this big long process. If you want to join the church, like it's not short term. Automatically, you're in.
They don't do like sermons on like screw the moose. They just don't simp for them, right? Like, you know, in the bits of the Bible where it talks about it, they just read the Bible instead of this is where we're going, right? This is how they're going to try and get the orthos. They'll basically be like, oh well, the orthos, like, you know, they're not simping hard enough, right? They're still like reading those parts of the Bible that we don't like. You know, we managed to get all the other churches to stop doing that.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
I'm kind of skeptical that there's a large number of young men showing up to Orthodox communities and saying, where's the Jew hate? I saw no end towers being built.
I saw no end towers being built, dude. I'd be rolling in my car when he fucking said that.
Or on secretly in the chat. I think. All right. He must have learned that from our chat. Shout out, Oran, if you're listening to this.
Dude, they broke this down so comedically.
Of this sermon. Why did no one scream out any racial slurs in the middle of the homily? I'm sure that one or two guys, you know, has spurged out and walked in and, you know, said a lot of things that are offensive to people in those communities. I could see that happening, but I'm trying not to laugh too hard at the idea that there are just a bunch of groypers rolling into Orthodox, churches demanding to get, you know, screeds about, you know, the Jews and their lives or something. Like, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I highly doubt that this is happening. Look, like, I am not Orthodox, but I have a lot of contact with that community, right? There's a large, growing, predominantly young Orthodox parish near me, and I'm friends with a bunch of people there. And look, are these people, on average, more right-wing than most? 100%. And are there the sort of edgy jokes that happen behind the scenes in our sort of thing? Yeah. But one, church is church. The Orthodox are big on this. Again, I've been to like 3 Orthodox services, and I got in trouble, not big trouble, but they were like, hey, don't talk about other stuff in the sanctuary. That happens outside. So they take that very, very seriously. And the idea that these sort of antisocial internet groypers, and by the way, this is another term, there are several in this.
This is such a good point. Oh, they did such a good job breaking down the rhetoric of what they're really doing. Jay Burton's point here, I wish I had thought of it and said it before him.
That are used very tactically. Groyper is one of them. Because groyper effectively means anyone I don't like who is more right-wing than me.
Yes, he's not that. They're morphing that into the stinky term. That's their woke right and groyper interchangeable to them now.
It does not literally mean a follower of Nick Fuentes. You've got to understand he's using that differently.
Yes.
But that's just not what I see. That's not.
So that was a great episode. They had some real zingers on Homeboy over there. Let's do some soupies.
Okie dokie. Soupies.
Stupendous.
Old Man Jenkins became a member. Welcome. Master Shake for $5. Thank you very much. Subscribing is white. Yeah, it's true, right?
Shake don't lie.
Shake don't lie.
So why
that
shake
is
or
how that is how you prove your whiteness. Isaac, oh hey man, for $5. Sup, Ardy and Fist, how are you? This is my only super chat tonight because I'm with my Nat Sock friends. Protest, save the white race car. 14 words, get active, brothers, and fly and return.
Sure.
Yeah.
So there's the growing Nat Sock sentiment, which is understandable since there's a growing Steven Crowder calling things fascists, agreeing with fascist sentiment. If Steven Crowder is agreeing with fascism, you should expect that there's going to be an increase in Nat Socks as well. I have to call it right-wing economic populism. It's really difficult to sell the word socialism. I understand that they have a non-Marxist interpretation of socialism, but the left really has a stranglehold on that, and rhetorically, it's very tough. But I agree with a lot of sentiments of the Nat Socks, which I will go into detail later on.
It's important to understand the evolution of that term, right?
Yes.
In was it the 1890s, 1870s, when it first came about, right? Like it was this sort of big thing, and no one really knew what the fuck it meant, sort of thing. And it was like basically, we need to try and get rid of exploitative capitalism and stuff, and that's how you got like the sort of quote left-wing versions and the right-wing versions. Yeah. I got this for $10. Thank you very much, mate.
There, mate.
To steal from the great George Lincoln Rockwell himself, I have no enemies to the white of me.
Oh, wow.
Happy Friday, fellas. Thank you very much.
That's a beaut. That's a gem. I will remind you, fellas, that we have covered GLR donating $20, which back then must have been $1 million, to Malcolm X, okay, in person, all right? They were both anti-miscegenation, okay? But they did form an alliance for both of their people.
Yep. Bon nom. $5. Between you guys and the recent shit thrower versus Andrew Wilson debate, I'm rapidly coming to terms with the Pharisee question. It's a very, very relevant question at the moment.
Really blew the lid off of Dinesh D'Souza's, anti-white history at the beginning of that video that I made. That a lot of people weren't aware of. A lot of people liked it, and then they found that out. They're like, really? Yeah, 95. He became a naturalized citizen in 1991, and then was getting white wingers fired in 1994. After 3 years, he's like, you're being too white. Oh, do you think he possibly has a competing interest in the country? That he would push for civic nationalism and not white nationalism, which is just called nationalism?
Can't believe he got Sam Francis cancelled. I'm never going to forgive him for that. Sunday Mass for $5. Breaking. Sola Scriptura preacher Berrien declares Trent Horn as gay because he explicitly condemned sodomy in a debate regarding eternal salvation.
That sounds like some brain aids debating right there. And I didn't see that, but I believe you.
See, the thing you've got to understand, right, is Christianity is when you don't do the stuff that's in the Bible. It's very, very simple. You know what I mean, right? Like Christianity is just a feeling.
I guess I'm more Christian than I thought. Yeah.
You don't have
I just don't do what's in the Bible.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to live your life a certain way, except like Infinity Migrants, hang the pride flag, and have a biscuit and some grape juice on the lawn.
Jim Bob did another bit on this when P.F. Young is like, I believe Christ is risen, and I believe that gays should get married. And then he goes into his whole preacher of like, you are definitely a Christian, even though you're pro-homosexuality. There's nothing you have to do. All you have to do is say these words, and then you're magically, he's so good at making fun of the false preachers.
Killer Bunnies for $5. Hey, Mr. Bunnies. Gonna have to call Uncle Ruckus, no relation, for an exorcism.
Well, it is his community. It would be inappropriate for me or Fist to do such a thing.
Praise white Jesus. Sunday Math again for $5. We better give it a cheer.
Hey, it's up to you, man.
Thanks very much. I don't care what you say. That knee-growing spaz out ritual is not from Vatican II. It's from the Council of Niger. Huh. I was not aware there was a Council of Niger, but now that you say it,
you could have
Sunday
intuitively figured that out, I think.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Megatistic Gigasberg for $5 Greetings from Lithuania. Oh, Labus.
Oh, nice.
First time catching you live, and good night. I'll be watching the replay. I hope things are going well in Lithuania. I'm a bit worried about the Lithuanians. No one knows what's going to freaking happen to the Baltics. They're good people.
Isn't he such a pure, young, innocent soul where he hasn't told us to redo the stream? And he's just at this phase in being a fella, he's only asking for the replay without making a joke. Wow, so young. We were also innocent back then.
We're also innocent back then. Yeah, absolutely. 1986 Tessie for $5 Thank you very much. My eldest daughter is on the left. Any advice on how I can move her to the right? My other 3 kids are on the right. That's difficult. You're probably going to like find that the more you try and force it, the more oppositional you're going to get. The best thing to defeat the left is just life experience, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but you got 3 out of 4 is really good nowadays. Okay.
Yeah.
You know that's and it's your eldest daughter. That's interesting that it hit the older one and not the younger one.
My advice for what it's worth would just be to let her make the horrible mistakes that leftism is going to do.
You don't want your daughter to make those mistakes, though. That's what he's trying to prevent, is mistakes.
But if you force it, they're likely to do it even more just to spite you. You know what I'm saying? Like what are you supposed to do exactly?
Chain her to the radiator.
You know, it'd be like, right, I've had enough of your leftism. Young lady,
you want to know what he should do? He should appeal to fascism and force her. That's what he should do. Okay, that's what we're gonna hear from Steven Crowder. I'm learning. Hey, I'm just a milquetoast moderate conservative teaching you what I learned from Steven Crowder today. All right.
You could, I don't know, take her on a trip to downtown Memphis and show her the joys of diversity. I don't know, mate.
Chain her to the radiator. No food until you stop being gay. New age, that's the 2026 fascism we're rolling with, all right?
He who does not work shall not eat. get old Vladimir Lenin.
There we go. Yeah, you get it.
I hope it works out for you.
Just so you know, Hasan Piker is going to quote Vladimir Lenin to Norm Finkelstein.
Of course he is. Cyber Chud 2077. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you, bruv.
Ardy did a really good job on that Dinesh video. That was a new one on me. Also, what's up with this brand new version of Andrew Wilson? Magic Blood. He's been training in 100 times gravity with Uncle.
It's very similar to what Fist just said. Like a lot of the orthos don't have to like Mooseberg all the time. It's baked into their shit. And so when something comes up, they fall on the right side of it. But a lot of people do seek the posturing of being like against Israel, like constantly. And so Andrew Wilson from more dissident circles will catch shit for like not, I don't know what they want him to say. He did contract work for TPUSA to like teach them how to debate and whatnot, which it sounds like you would want Andrew Wilson doing. But I've had people tell me that he's a contributor now, even though it's contract work. He can still say and do whatever he wants. So I understand.
They probably just want people to Jaceberg and just be like, oh, you know why there are different colors of M&Ms? The Moose, right? You know, like who put peanuts in it? The Moose. You know why ice cream like doesn't taste as good? Like,
yeah,
you know
I know.
what I mean, right? Like,
what are they gonna say next? Do you know why there was a flood of illegal migrants into Spain?
Exactly.
You have to realize this is the guy that's gonna that honestly tells you when it's the Moose doing things pretty often. Okay, if he's telling you're going a little overboard, you might be going a little overboard.
I didn't say it. They said it. I just like you don't you only need to like actually like look at what they're saying. I don't even know what to like tell you, man.
That was perfect.
You wouldn't happen to be doing a conspiracy, would you?
Thank you, Cyberchud. Much appreciated.
Yeah. And Frankenstein for $10.
Thank you, mate.
My advice for converting people to your side, especially women, is that you need to be as attractive as possible, both physically and in behavior. You have to make your side look good. Yeah,
I don't know,
mean,
man. I do a lot with the ladies with this voice of mine. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't even know what I look like. Cartoon booger man.
You have a great face for radio, Ardy.
Honestly, I look like the default. I'm already face doxed. Look at the default Wii character. That's exactly what I look like. I look unbelievably generic, beady little rat eyes. All right. I'm like if I clean up, I'm like a 7.5. You know. It's I just desire what's beyond the flesh at this point, and this is where it starts. You see, I'm super like, deep, right?
Yeah.
I don't desire the flesh anymore until I get a titty pic. Then I'm very then I change my tune. You know. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, of course, fellas. Don't send any nudes.
Frankie, thank you again for $5. Thank you very much. Women usually support things purely off vibes. Yeah, I know.
I know, but I'm beginning to support things based off of vibes now as well. But it's dude vibes, which is different than female vibes. Okay,
dude vibes are the superior vibes. That is absolutely true. Yeah. And non-sleeper for $10.
I like it, bro.
The freaking moose made me stub me toe. Yeah, they do that from satellites, man. They have like a toe stubbing laser. What they'll do is they'll focus it on like some curved metal somewhere near you, right? Like if you've got spoons in a drawer, right? And then they bounce that off and they get you in the toe, and that's how you stub your toe.
And we will be covering this later on, as Fist says he has receipts of them saying this, okay? He's not making any of this up. He's just repeating the words that they've said themselves.
That's right. I in fact have the original Mossad document, them talking about developing the toe stubbing laser. Oh, mate. Yeah, you wouldn't think it was a real thing.
Okay. Let's stop joking around and get to something serious, okay? Fascism rules, or so I'm being told, by milquetoast, moderate conservative, Stephen Crowder, as you can see in the thumbnail. It says we need fascism, and it says the case for fascism. I didn't think I would see this from Stephen Crowder in my life.
Is Crowder just working for himself now? He used to be like working for...
No, he used to be on the Blaze.
He used to be on the Blaze, right?
Yeah. And this is what happens when you leave the Blaze, I guess. I don't know. So he's going to go run down the list of some countries, and there's going to be a reoccurring theme here, okay? It's going to be, well, it doesn't just happen. It doesn't come out of nowhere. There's usually quite an overwhelming catalyst, and commies don't really coexist, let's say. Neither do moose.
Single communist nation that has ever existed. Let's go through some historical examples here. One that's very commonly pointed to. And just to be clear, this does not mean that I am supportive of or justifying everyone in the fascist response.
Did you see he's not supporting everyone? Did you hear him fucking qualify that? He never used to talk like that.
Oh dear. Is this
That's
what they
a dog
call...
whistle, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his dog whistling.
Is that what we call the shifting of the Overton window, Ardy? I feel like the edge of Overton's window has like fallen out of the marketplace of ideas, and it's now running down the street, and a bunch of people chasing after it, being like, "No, wait, come back!" Overton's like, there it is, like posh glasses and hat, being like, "Oh, I say, somebody stop my window! It was never meant to go this far."
Listen, I want to qualify this, okay? Make sure I'm not saying anything inappropriate, okay? I don't agree with everyone in the SS. That's what he just said. Yeah, I'm sure you don't agree with all of them. A lot of room for those you agree with.
Right, everyone involved with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to provide you with some historical context. So case one, Chile. The story you were likely told, if at all, 73, far-right military dictator, Pinochet. You've heard this term a lot. It's become just a kind of a shorthand insult for a fascist. Pinochet ousted a democratically elected Allende after a coup. Here, we see this from The Atlantic. The ultimate lesson of the 1970s.
This is huge for normie conservatives, okay? This is massive right now, where he's just going to go through and soften the blow on whenever you hear the names of these dictators now. Now,
he's right. The commies always come in through democracy.
Mhm.
Always. That's how they do. They just subvert and undermine democracy until they're like, oh well, we got to have a heckin' wholesome democracy now.
Rules are for the enemy.
Yeah, exactly. Rules are for the enemy.
23 coup that brought in General Pinochet's dictatorship was that the people would not, in the end, be denied their choice. Foreign affairs in there, it says, Chile once boasted a longer history of stable democratic rule than most of its neighbors in much of Western Europe. Now it is the last major country on South American continent to return to civilian government after a wave of authoritarianism. All right. So Pinochet came in. Oh, my God. Here's the reality. From 1970 to 73, do you know what created Pinochet? It was the Marxist, Salvador Allende.
Mm-hmm.
Far left, Unidad Popular coalition. I'll just say the name, Unidad Popular coalition. Socialists, communists, radicals. So what were the results, by the way? Why do you think Pinochet is still popular today? You can't poll it officially, but Pinochet was immensely popular. Also left, by the way. Left of his own volition, which fascists don't tend to do. So why? Why would someone who was a military dictator, why would he come to power? Well, could it be because the socialist Marxists before him had inflation up 1,600%?
Oh my God.
Wages were down 35%?
Wow. I feel like inflation goes up, wages go down. As everyone says, that's what's going to happen whenever they try this throughout history. It's what they're doing right now in New York City.
The debauchery of the currency. I've never seen that anywhere else. Leftists like just printing money hand over fist and like messing everything up.
Come on.
No, I bet that's like an isolated thing that's never happened anywhere else. Am I right?
But I want to hold a $50 billion bill. Just one time, I want to feel rich.
I have actually held like, I think it's like a $100 trillion bill. The Zimbabwean, there was the Zimbabwean highest, like, no, it was like 100 trillion.
These people
Zimbabwean
are
dollars.
so easy to trick. At what point, like, how small would the number have to be on the current? That's a lot of zeros, right? What if it's like, what if it's at like 500 quintillion and they have to pull it like a microscope to see, like, or like an eyeglass to see what the number is, because it's such a large number on the currency before a fucking red flag goes off.
Well, what you do usually is you revalue the currency, Ardy. Okay, so one day you wake up and the government has decreed that they're resetting the currency so that your $1,000 is now
how do you just
$1.
reset it?
Well, you're the government. You just do it. And because you and your friends have advanced knowledge, everyone in your inner circle and the elites gets out of cash into property.
Okay.
And the revaluation sort of like destroys the banking system, but it's fine because you're socialists. So I don't know like what the problem is, man, right?
Well, the problem is they don't understand the concept of the future, which probably really jettisoned that currency to go up pretty high pretty quickly. They actually don't believe in the future. So money understands the future, okay? Money is proof of the future. That's what debt is.
The socialist Allende responded with these price controls.
Okay, we are going to mosey ourselves on over.
Oh, no, keep playing this. This is
you good?
like...
You good?
Cool?
Yeah,
okay. This is amazing.
Very cool.
By the way, created an entire black market and enabled crime cartels. Basic goods were selling for like 142% over normal prices on the black market. So what happened was Pinochet, with overwhelming support, could have been anybody, let's be clear, went in and cleaned things up. Now, could you say that he went a little too far? Well, sure. Sure, he had a few communists who went for helicopter rides and we never saw them again. But if you weren't a communist, you weren't at great risk.
Yeah, pause it.
Not whitewash.
Yeah. So these communists, did they do anything perchance? Like, the way this is always
flew
framed,
through the air like majestic birds from a helicopter.
The way this is always framed, and you see this a lot in World War II as well, is that they were just sitting there in their houses doing nothing, just being communists. And the bad fascists like kicked down their door and took them off. And then you discover, oh wait, like for example, when they talk about
So what you're about to say about communists, okay, try to make it not also true about moose. Go.
Right. I mean, well, actually, I was gonna use the homosexuals As a right, like so, you know, like the snazzies, like the way it's always like sort of portrayed is, oh, these poor gay people who didn't do nothing, and then when you look back and you're like, oh yeah, they totally were like, you know, convicted of you know, grape and all the other unpleasantness.
They put the anus in heinous crimes. We'll just put it that way.
That's right. Quite like this is like that dude who I covered, right? The guy who wrote like Towards a Gay Communism, right? That was into all the poop and oh god, right?
Yeah.
If they had their way, right, they'd rewrite him and say like he was driven, you know, to unalive himself by the hatred of capitalism. It's like, no, he wasn't.
I bet you could write really good speeches for Soren Ramdani. You really do understand how their brains interpret the world.
I'd rather write speeches for the other side. Personally, I mean, I don't know. But thank you.
I'm saying you
very
could.
much.
You could sell out. You have the skills to sell out, is what I'm saying.
Washing everything he did, as the left does with communists. But it was a response. So what did you see from 77 to 81? Average GDP growth was about 8%. Inflation fell to single digits from quadruple digits. Poverty went from...
sir?
And every single time this happens, they call it an economic miracle. It's not an there's nothing miraculous about it. You just get rid of all of the leftists running shit into the ground, and then the economy rebounds. They're like, oh my God, who could have possibly foreseen if we stopped setting shit on fire and debauching the currency that the economy would return? Everybody told us that the way to a thriving economy is to more taxation and debauching the economy.
But wait a minute. But why? What is the difference, though? When commies take over, it seems like people aren't working for... They say that they're working for a cause, but it seems like the sweat of their brow, they're not really working like that. Now, under nationalism, it seems like you're actually working for your people.
Yeah.
And so the guy that makes the pants, right? However low these jobs are, janitorial work, that is necessary, right? There's actually respect for all of these vocations under like a NatSoc system because they're necessary for the people to thrive. That is the power of nationalism, fellas.
They literally called it, after Mustache Man got into power, the German economic miracle. That's literally what they called it. Yeah. And all that happened was they got rid of all the commies and associated banker moves and like stopped letting them run the country into the ground. Amazing.
50% as a rate to 10%. Unemployment went from 15% down to 6%. And this cannot be stated enough. Overwhelming support, Pinochet, from the people for his reforms. It became known as the Great Chilean Experiment. By the way, even after he left power, they kept Pinochet's constitution. Did you know that? Well, I will say, as a byproduct, the natives of Chile did develop a persistent fear of helicopters that we're still working on.
Okay, now we're going to move to Brazil.
Going on right now, so I guarantee you there's a coup. If it's not going on out in the public, it's being planned. Someone's planning a coup.
Yeah, in South America, there's always a coup going on, is what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, South America, it just basically swings between communism and fascism just over and over again. It's crazy.
Why don't they try liberalism then? Isn't that the nice in between? You know, it looks like they're getting stuck in the scissors game, right?
I don't
when they could just be like in the middle with liberalism.
I don't know if you've ever been to South America, Ardy.
I have been to what? I think I've been to Costa Rica. I don't think I've been.
Yeah, I don't think liberalism is in their blood, mate. Like you're right. Like from my experience, I just don't think.
Dude, when I went to Costa Rica, I tried to use Google Maps, and it worked, but there was no street names. I'm like, oh, thankfully I have this map. I'm like, this is. I'm gonna get lost and killed. I don't want to be driving around.
Meeting. Let's look at another case study. Brazil. story you've probably been told. 1964 military coup overthrew democratically elected President Jiao Goulart. The reality? Well, look, this president, the policies destroyed, as we saw before. You know, if it didn't take part in killing 100 million people as the rest of communism, well, inflation at about 100% was pretty bad. GDP non-existent, literally less than 1%. Pretty bad. So what did he propose? Nationalizing foreign oil refineries, by the way, seizing agricultural land, granting voter rights to the illiterate because he knew he would never win an election again. He doubled down.
Classic, granting voting rights to the illiterate.
Oh,
I forget when I forget where I found this out, but the Voting Rights Act, I think I told this to you, where it's like viewed as racist, but they allowed illiterate people to vote in the Voting Rights Act. The rights.
Yeah.
They always confuse rights with wants.
No, like it's the same.
My rights are never extended.
Like you can be like there's no intelligence check or anything, right? Like I mean you could, as far as I know, you could literally be mentally incapacitated and still vote, right?
They'll find the left finds a way.
Yeah. Well, it's very important because
do you think the left would go, he's retarded? Well, unfortunately, we can't count his vote. You think that's how they think? They can find a way.
It's very important that universal suffrage is inclusive, and it includes every. Well, this is the point I think about communism generally, right? It sounds like a great idea. The stupider you are, and generally speaking, the really intelligent people who believe in it know that they are going to be at the top. It's an entirely cynical exercise. If you look at Marx and all those people, in my opinion, right, the most accurate thing is that they were just using that like as a way to like take shit over. They had no real love for the proletariat. They just, it's kind of the mirror image of when.
That's what I'm saying. Nationalism has an actual love for the people. Communism doesn't have an actual love for the proletariat.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, true nationalism, but then you have that other thing as well, where like cynical politicians, they'll come up and they'll be like, I love this nation. We're going to do it for you. I'm not getting voted in so that we can go to war with Iran. We're probably going to have like fucking black markets and shit like happening soon in energy. All that. It's fine. Yay.
On all the policies that were making everybody's lives miserable. And so what happened was the military.
Let's hop on over to Spain. And because that's going to be coming up next.
Spain. All right. Case number 3. Go ahead, bring it up. That's fine. Here's a story you probably heard. Far-right Francisco Franco ushered in years of dictatorship after basically taking out the democratically elected government. This comes from The Guardian. Half a century on the deeds and legacy of the man whose military coup against the Republican government ushered in a full-decade dictatorship built around the authoritarian ideology of National Catholicism continued to haunt divide.
Oh, no, National Catholicism.
Oh no. Oh, that sounds terrible. Oh, please, like anything but National Catholicism. It sounds pretty base.
And confused 21st century Spain.
Confused?
They're so confused in Spain.
Didn't they have a male Miss Spain?
They might have.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find that.
What's the matter with you? Oh,
they're confused, all right.
Mister, what's the difference?
That's right.
Penis.
Careful. He had this popular front coalition, communist, socialist, Marxist, right? What happens? They took power. They first mass released all of the other communist, socialist, Marxists from prison. So picture Arkham Asylum. They punished landowners and instituted all these incredible draconian agrarian reforms, forced the wealthy to take their money out of Spain. They ushered in what you know as the Spanish Civil War. And the result was what is referred to as fascism, where Franco seized power, but brought some stability, including cutting inflation in half. They don't tell you that. Almost tripling the GDP. Foreign investment, trade expanded. All of a sudden, you actually had private business taking place. And what's funny is this actually encompasses the anarcho-syndicalism of Catalonia, which they try and tell you about as a success. That's how you know they failed, when you ask someone to point to a successful example of communism or socialism. Like, there are these groups that were pretty violent, but they were making it work most of the time in Catalonia. No, that's not true. And again, this was a man who had a lot of support from the masses, including, the Roman Catholic Church.
Sir.
And
so the other thing that they love to fucking point to is the Paris Commune. Which only lasted for like 3 or 6 months or something. Chat, can someone tell me exactly how long the Paris Commune lasted?
Isn't it something with the Kurds too in
Probably, but
like northern Syria, there's like a diaspora somewhere around there.
But they're basically like, and it would have lasted forever if it hadn't been for the rightists. No, it wouldn't have. You're like, it's basically like the French version of Chaz, you know, the Capitol Hill autonomous zone or whatever. It's just people being like tarted and banging each other all the time and doing like no
they're
productive
starting that
work.
back up in I think somewhere in Washington State or maybe Wisconsin. I mean,
will there be Kino? Is there Kino yet? Right. So Arden Party, the Paris Commune lasted for 72 days. Right, about 3 months. Even less than 3 months. Right, and even now,
that's like
the commies
like
talk about it. They're like, the Paris Commune. If it had not been for the ratists, no. Oh God, we've seen this shit a million times. They start some fucking like commune, and it's all just a bunch of freaking retards like being like, we're doing the heckin' communism. Oh.
You know what we haven't really seen is mass migration in this way, have we? That seems to be something that's kind of new, don't you think?
Yeah, but it's going to produce exactly the same
at an
result.
accelerated rate. They love using us as an experiment. But speaking of
fortunately,
Spain, move on to Spain in just a moment.
The new economic policy that you're seeing in the UK is promoting growth through money laundering and vape shops. That's
your bodegas.
The wife was saying apparently like the latest scam in London is pomegranate juice shops. Okay, you'll wind up somewhere. It'll be like 1:30 a.m. and there'll be like shops open selling pomegranate juice. And that's all they've got in there is just pomegranates. Like, because who in London has not wanted to get fresh pomegranate juice at 1:30 a.m.?
It's blood colored for a reason, right?
Oh God, sorry, keep going.
Not a problem. So let's bring this to an end.
You should support every person with a fascist, moniker next to their name. But it also doesn't mean that it's accurate. I think if someone says, well, look at the fascist, almost invariably, if you look throughout history, even the bad fascists.
Even the bad fascists stuck out like a sore thumb to me, dude.
They were a mistaken response to equally bad Marxists or leftists. And Marxism, communism, has killed far more people, and it's not even close. It's not even close. So rather than starting history at the response, well, the left deliberately doesn't want you to look just a little bit further. Just do this. Anytime you hear about fascists, whether it's Pinochet, whether it's Panzer, take your pick, just rewind the tape by 2 years.
I love that advice. Anytime you hear about that, look at the history of the 2 or like 5 years leading up to it. Very good advice. And fellas, very quickly, this is why I say, in general, anti-communism is like the best like mass gateway to push people further. He went from anti-communism to fascism pretty fucking quickly and succinctly there. Okay. So that's why I like Andrew Wilson's more so focused on feminism, which Rachel Wilson got Kyla to equivocate feminism with communism essentially in their debate. But I really like that as a gateway for the typical liberal normie to be pushed further right.
We were literally saying this, I think on like a first or second stream. We were talking about this, about how fascism is a reaction to communism. How long has Stephen felt this way? Right? Like,
since the barbershop, he literally said he thinks differently about black people since his time at the barbershop.
Right, but this isn't exclusively like a black thing, right?
That gets you thinking.
Was Crowder secretly a fascist all along, bros?
No, he's actually publicly stated how he has to align with whites now. He has to. He doesn't have any other option. So he's publicly been stating these things.
Based.
You want to know it's not based? What do you got coming up on your end of the internet right now? What are we covering? Let's work through it. It's the news.
Wait, we got some super chat. Let me do some super chats to delay the inevitable horror that is Anthony Fauci like fucking stonewalling the entire world.
Is
that at the end? Like, even worse. Yeah, Spain's doing great under the communists now. Like, just really, really awesome. Yeah. NPC for 5 Canadian loonies. Thank you very much. Fun fact, Francisco Franco was not a fascist, but he worked with them. Curious to the modern day, ain't it? The left made us do this. Commies are fools. Yeah, precisely, mate. Precisely.
Yeah, it's an association. Fellow travelers. The communists have fellow travelers in this country, so we should call them a fellow traveler.
Non-sleeper for $20.
Mate, he's got me wired.
I hate it when the fascists put a stop to my wholesome inflation. Don't they know money being worthless is good for a nation? Yeah, I know, right? See, this guy knows where it's at. The way to success is to just print more pieces of paper, because the thing that's wrong with the country is that we don't have enough pieces of paper.
You spit the bars there. That actually rhymed. Not bad.
Oh, thank you very much.
This guy's getting musical on us.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got. Spunky Villain. That's good. For $5. Can't wait for Fuentes' dark horse candidate to bring in a happy, fashy America and get rid of the deep-rooted commie moo influence. I mean, a couple of years ago, I would have said that's never going to happen. But now, I don't know, man.
Things are moving rapidly as we're finding out in this very stream, okay? Things are not done moving rapidly, fellas.
Things are moving.
If you think it'll stay this way forever, you're out of your mind. If only things could stay a certain way for a certain amount of time, okay? History changes. It's almost a Marxist view of history, right? The historical materialism, the dialectical, whatever gay view of whatever they say of history.
The dialectical gayness.
Yeah.
So, you may have heard Spain being in urgent need of more neurosurgeons, astronauts, financial analysts, computer programmers.
Oh, yeah.
Has very, very graciously allowed a bunch of Moroccans to enter its North African enclave of Quetta. This footage is insane. Next right-wing party that runs, they should just play this shit on a loop, honestly.
Right?
Wow. That really is a lot of doctors and nurses.
They have all these jobs lined up for them, right?
Oh, yeah, man. There's a new space program there, probably a new AI company. Look at them, right? They've got drive, is what I'm saying. Fuck. Imagine filming that out your window.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go on.
So, what is Spain? How is Spain explaining? Like, did they have any warning this was going to happen? The people, or like one day they just showed up, or
they just showed up. Basically, the Moroccan government was like shipping them there and telling them go. Okay, this is Quetta. Is on the coast of North Africa. Across from the Straits of Gibraltar. Wait, hang on. Let me throw up a map.
Yeah.
For the Ameribros, right? Who
yes,
may not
we don't know anything about geography.
Okay,
we weren't taught that. We were taught that we're bad, and that's it.
Okay. So this is important to know. Back in like the 1490s, I believe after the expulsion of the Moors from Spain, the Spanish had a number of small enclaves on the North African Moroccan coast. Okay, so look, there's Spain, there's Africa, Morocco, Algeria, Libya, right? Like, everyone, I presume most of our viewers know like how the map of Europe works. Now, the entrance to the Mediterranean, which used to be called the Pillars of Hercules, but is now called the Straits of Gibraltar, because Gibraltar is like this little sort of island, sort of spit that England holds for the moment. I mean, I don't know, maybe they'll have to give it up. Anyway, so because of the amount of maritime traffic that had to go through this small strait, it's a bit like the sort of European version of the Straits of Hormuz. Tons and tons of stuff goes through here. And Quetta is this little bit of land right here that belongs to Spain. Clearly, right now, as you can see, clearly very, very, very racist. They don't even have a mosque now. See, look, there's a souk here, there's a mosque, and then you look up at the Spanish part. I can't even see any mosques.
I just love looking at a vacuous plot of land and going, clearly this is very racist.
Very, very racist, right? They've got like a port here and stuff, right? They like ship out industrial racism. as you can imagine, right? Big market for racism. So what has basically happened is that the Moroccans have shipped a buttload of migrants up to the border of Kuwait and gotten them to break in. And they have basically come in sort of, with friendly intentions, bringing like sandwiches and flowers and best wishes. And some people, I'm shocked to say this, actually, Ardy, some people are being very, very racist and sort of like insinuating that this might not be the best thing for the Spanish that are living there. I am frankly shocked. Just look at the drive of these people.
Oh no! When I saw this, I had a pit in my stomach. This is what they want to do to me. This is what they want to do to you. If you're a white person in any Western country, this is what they want to do to all of us.
This is what they were doing to you. Remember the Rio Grande?
I know, but we're a big country. I have a lot of
yes.
I have a lot of sympathy for people in smaller countries. When I see that kind of volume, we're a giant country.
Kuwait is tiny. I think it's got a population of like 60,000, and like 50,000 people crossed over in one day or something like that.
Se está llegando a la playa una embarcación, no sé si tenéis
de la Guardia Civil
que yo, de la Guardia Civil, que como veis no cabe una persona más.
Rescatando
a gente. Oh, they're just floating and swimming.
So my Spanish is a bit rusty, but he's basically saying there's tons of people coming over. The Guardia Civil, the police, are like overpowered. They can't do anything.
Llena de personas. Vemos también
something about football and chorizo.
rescatando a gente que lo estaría pasando, que estarían pidiendo auxilio aquí en la zona.
It's like 28 days later. It's literally it's the zombie apocalypse.
And you're not allowed. You have to wait. You have to wait to be victimized. That's the most alarming part.
Here's the
if
police.
If there was a fascist dictator there, you'd be like, "Hey, guys, go out, go crazy, all right? Go out there and do your thing to him."
My understanding is that Spain also has very strict gun laws.
Yeah.
So none of the civilians can defend themselves.
From what?
And
but they're not allowed to have guns either. So it's a fair fist fight, right?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. I guess they just want it more.
I'm
right?
sure they can find a weapon. I already believe I have a video that I'm not going to show of someone possibly being stabbed in the face.
Here's the Guardia Civil just opening the doors, just letting them stream through.
Just letting them go. Just letting them in. Now, is there has this happened in history before, to this volume? I'm assuming no, because of the improvements in technology and transportation. But what?
There's the gates of Toledo.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Oh, so Toledo was a city in Spain, and when the Moors invaded Spain, the Moors opened the gates to the Muslims, who then came in and killed all the Christians. And this is one of the reasons why, after the Reconquista, when the Christians took Spain back, they were not very well disposed to the Moors. Of course, if you hear the Moors tell the story, they'll basically say, "Oh, we were just doing nothing, and all those goddamn Christians." But they apparently basically all the Christians were in church, and they chose that time to open the gates. So the Muslims came in and slaughtered all the Christians while they were at church unarmed. So, I mean,
fair fight.
Well, I mean, look at all the women and children, right? They're probably just fleeing persecution.
Well, with the United States, they were saying just say the word asylum. They didn't have to say what they're getting asylum from. I mean, I think they're. What could they be? Right, that's the country next door. This is equivalent to a bunch of Mexicans flooding the country in the United States. But Texas is probably how big is it compared to Spain?
Texas is huge, and you got to remember, okay, right? This is Kuwait,
Yes.
Look how tiny it is.
This is what I'm saying, dude. Yeah.
So that's
what I'm
is,
saying.
This is Spain. Okay. This is Gibraltar.
Yeah.
That is Ceuta, which is like, why is there no thing on Google Maps that like tells you how large shit is? I hate that. Right? Like it should be like
in the year of our Lord.
But look, you can see how freaking tiny it is because you can just look at the houses. Right? There's a little hospital there. It's tiny. Okay. This is a tiny.
That's what I'm saying.
Little place. Okay.
Oh yeah, that did happen in Ohio here. Was it Toledo? No, it wasn't Toledo, Ohio, was it? I think there was a Toledo, Ohio.
I think there is a Toledo in Ohio, isn't there?
There is, yeah. But there was like I think there was like 30,000, 60,000 Haitians out of like a population of I think 200,000 people there or something like that.
Yeah,
the
that's how they do
ratio
it.
it was like 25%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they do it. But when they say that, what they tend to neglect is that they're all young men. Okay, like they're like, oh, it's just a population, and they let people think that that's when they say a population, they mean like young people, old people, families. No, it's just young men, that are all ethnically linked and work as a block. It's an invasion.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine like watching this out your fucking window.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And you don't know if they're gonna come up to your apartment. You don't know. You know. All you know is that you've been trained by your government. All you know is that you've been trained by your government that you're not allowed to defend yourself. Is what you do know. Is that you'll be incarcerated if you you should be allowed to initiate violence. You should be able to do something. You shouldn't have to wait to be victimized.
Why aren't the civilian population armed? Like, this is the only way you could repel something like this. You would need every single civilian to be armed.
Even though we have a lot of guns here, you know that you'll go to prison. It's like they always have a legalistic way around it.
Yeah. But in Europe, that wasn't enough. They literally just had to disarm everyone as well. And then I presume if you even use like pepper spray on these guys, they'd like haul you off to jail.
I'm never letting that go. It's fucking crazy. Oh, lordy lord. So they are spreading out. Yep. That is a never-ending amount. And then what do they do that night? What else are they going to do? What do they do when they're there? How do you forgive your government? How do you not install a fascist dictator at this point, dude?
Look, Ardy, they come in, they set up companies, they apply to like universities to be like, neurologists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What is this racism? You just assume because it's like a massive mob of Moroccos screaming and shouting and like throwing stuff that somehow they'll be up to no good. It's very racist.
I think the people might be feeling kind of cool. Things might be kind of this is pretty cool. You look at this, you go, this is cool. This is pretty cool to me.
Mate,
it's about time. What do you need for a coup? If it's not this, they literally open the gate.
You need to be up there with like a whole bunch of people and like sniper rifles and shit. Like, this is like insane. Just like,
God. What number? If someone disagrees, what would what's your threshold? It's a million. It's a what did you say? A gorillion Bamalians. This is literally what this means.
Yeah,
this is literally what this means.
I think that is technically a gorillion. And just look at this shit, man.
And let alone the crime. And let alone the crime. I don't even care to show the crime yet, because you can imagine. Look at that. They're marching up the mountain. This is what soldiers do. This is how soldiers walk. Like, look at how they're going up that mountain. They're probably fighting on this land. Soldiers probably fucking walked up the mountain like that.
Oh my God. And the other thing as well, right? Like, how many of them are like armed? You wouldn't even know. It's not like they're checking anyone.
What are you talking about? They've all been vetted all at once,
Fortunately, as I said, once they got into Ceuta, they were incredibly well behaved. They went, got some like ice cream and then wandered around the beach and then went home. Oh wait,
went to a bank, opened a checking account.
Absolutely. Like already breaking into shit. Obviously,
you can't view them as people. You can't.
No,
how
you
many,
can't. And
dude, how many Floyds are going to be running in the way to try and save them there? They must be on Floyds at that point, dude. That must at least get through the skull of the Floyd.
There is some footage going around of a Floyd welcoming them in and filming, and everyone is like, "Oh my god, it's a white woman!" And I saw her profile, and I don't think she's white, mate. But we will get to that bit. But like, to the people who say, "Oh, you've got to be an individual," yeah, good luck. Good luck. Right. Being a collection of individuals in the face of this shit. Like, remember when I was arguing with that guy, classical liberal, about the problem with the barbarian? Okay.
Yes.
And he was like, what you need to do is you need to like understand why they're here. They are here to rape. they are here to open a grape factory.
Well, Fist, but what if they're not? Aren't you being awfully presumptuous? It's like, yeah, to my enemies, I'm very presumptuous. To my out group, yeah, I'm very presumptuous.
I don't know. I mean, is it really that presumptuous to assume that a massive group of young Moroccan men are likely to open a grape store? I'm just saying, right? Like,
hey, man, you got to give everyone a chance. Okay, they're on the magic soil now. They're magic citizens. And they can start cranking out magic babies to use their magic to cut your head off. You know
what they need to do, right? Is they can't send anyone back until they've given every single one an interview and 3 appeals.
Yep, and we have to keep them in the country for, like in my country, for 5 years. They just wait.
That's right.
We have to. We can't say no. We have to.
So this is Pedro Sanchez.
Ay, Dios mío.
Dios mío, the new Prime Minister of Spain, who is a massive lefty and who just did an immigration. It's not a moratorium. What do you call it? When an amnesty? Like what do you call it when there's like a bunch of like migrants already in your country and you just give them citizenship because you're too much of a pussy to like kick them out? America did it like a bunch of times. Is it an amnesty? Whatever. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew's animatics. He's not new. Fist. He's been in 4 years. Okay, see, look, Andrew's animatics.
He lives in Spain,
I believe, in Espana.
Yeah.
We have on the ground correspondence.
Oh my God, he's so mad.
Right?
He's earned the right to be mad right now. You can literally say anything YouTube safe in the comments, and I understand.
Andrew's animatics. If you got anything to say, man, sorry, I haven't been like looking at the chat, but you can be our correspondent on a grande in España. My shitty accent. Right. So, Sanchez is like, the government of Spain is fully committed to providing an immediate response to the situation in Ceuta. We are mobilizing all necessary resources, working with Moroccan and international authorities and preparing the necessary measures to restore normalcy as soon as possible. This is the moment to build solutions with responsibility and cooperation. And just that last line, right? You know he's a leftist. Okay. Right. Okay, so hang on. Apparently it's Ceuta, not Ceuta. Ceuta. Thank you very much. Look, my pronunciation is Ceuta. As night falls, you will notice
night
migrants peacefully hanging out by the beach, trading with one another, you know, sharing the vast knowledge that they have brought from their country.
That looks like Chicago, the Magnificent Mile.
Dude,
it still looks the same.
So imagine, it'd be fucking terrifying. Imagine you're like there and you've got kids.
The only way
you can't even own a shotgun.
I don't need a shotgun.
Like supposed to just be like,
I would be ecstatic if I could just drive my car the way I wanted to drive my car. Okay, that's what I would do. I would just go mowing, and I think that would be incredible. Okay, litter the streets with bodies. What else can you do?
This is fine. I don't know, man. Make homemade pepper spray. Like what the fuck are you supposed to like?
I'd go full
do?
car. No, I would go full car. I would have myself a time, dude. What else would you? Well, I mean, that's the quickest and most effective. See, I'm digging into my whiteness right now. What is the quickest, most effective method? It's where my brain immediately goes. Can't rely on the government. Can I rely on myself? Okay. Now they might have pussy little engines in Spain. I don't know. I don't know if it's like Italy with like the little tiny roads and they don't have like big trucks that we have. I have no idea.
Now,
the moves.
So keen were the migrants.
We gotta get moving.
Right, so keen were the migrants to embrace the free market. There was a bit of a kerfuffle at some of the stores. Here you can see them earnestly engaging in the free market.
That looks like a cockroach infestation.
You know, it's great to see such entrepreneurship among the newly arrived. Look at these guys, like, you know,
the cops
there's
hey, buddy, you calm down there. Oh yeah, thanks, thank God you guys are there, right?
That dude who just ran out, he's doing a tech startup.
Yep.
That guy over there. Oh, look at the locals. Oh my God, fuck, dude.
Culturally enriched.
Oh, this is everybody's like freaking out. So
that's pretty cool.
Okay, so now listen. Okay, right. I gotta finish this because this is fucking important.
Yeah.
So where did they come from?
Oh, here it comes. Here comes the conspiracy.
I guess it's a mystery. Oh, wait. Is that the Moroccan police literally trucking them in and dropping them off next to the border? Oh, wow. Amazing.
Okay. The Moroccans. It's the Moroccans again. The Connecticut Moroccans. Okay.
Yeah, the damn Moroccans, right?
Yeah. The Moroccans just felt like doing that out of nowhere.
All young men. Okay, because, you know, of course.
Does Morocco not want to keep them? I don't know why. Why does Morocco want to keep them? Is something going on in Morocco?
I don't know. Oh wait, what's this? It's Yair Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu.
Hold it.
Shalom, Daddy's home.
Let's go.
In look, 2019. Dear Arabs and Muslims want to free occupied Arab Islamic lands. Here is a good start with a map of all of the Spanish possessions in North Africa. And look down there. It's Ceuta. What a coinky-dink.
Wow. The OPSEC in this guy.
Dear Spanish people, he says, I see you got all upset. Ceuta and Melilla are tiny territories you own across the sea from another continent. Now imagine how we feel when your government calls for Israel to give away Judea and Samaria, which is the Moorish heartland and its place of birth for more than 3,000 years. It's in the Bible. Check it out.
That's
yeah,
that's pretty undeniable.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I can't make a joke over here.
I don't know what to say. Okay. Basically, to sort of summarize. Okay. Morocco signed the Abraham Accords, which normalized relations with Israel, and because of that, the Israelis and also the Americans have been all over Morocco pushing for Morocco to take all of these outposts back so that the Israelis and the Americans can control the Straits of Gibraltar, which, as I said, is basically the European version of the Straits of Hormuz. This is how it's going to be played from now on, bros. Everyone's going for the choke points because it's on now. It's on like flan. Quid pro quo was brutal. Trump recognized Moroccan sovereignty over the Western Sahara, and Israel did the same. Since then, military cooperation has been unstoppable. Shared intelligence, surveillance technology, drones, cybersecurity. Wow, I feel like drones would be really useful for an operation like this.
It's a lot you can do all at once.
It's a lot you can do a lot. There is no need to speculate about what Morocco can do with migration. It has already done it. In May 2021, it opened the border of Ceuta, and in 48 hours, more than 8,000 people entered, including 1,500 minors. The cause, Spain hospitalized Brahim Ghali, leader of the Polisario Front without informing Rabat. So this is basically a move by Morocco. They are being backed by Israel. This is punishment for Spain going against Israel in the Gaza war.
They
you may
hold
recall,
a grudge like females.
Oh, dude, you've got no idea. They'll be like for instance, there's Moorish accounts on Twitter. They're basically saying like, this is what you get for the Spanish Inquisition, just like 1500 or something like that. Like they never, ever, ever get rid of a grudge. Never. And I believe the ICC judges that issued the warrant for Netanyahu were like Spanish, or like Spain was part of it. Spain refused to participate in the war in Iran. Morocco has been blackmailing Spain for years. It does so by hurling its own population, those very people to whom it offers no dignified future in their homeland, towards our country. To achieve this, it counts on the invaluable help of Abascal and Vox. I don't know. Isn't Vox a Spanish party? Andrew Zanimatics, can you understand what this?
I don't believe he's there. I think he left the chat.
Oh, really? Oh man,
I think he's gone.
I think you
You pissed him off proper, mate. Sorry, yeah, he heard
No,
a knock. He heard a knock on the door. Okay.
He's still there.
His window kind of fucking exploded through. And he goes, hey, yeah, check on this real quick. I'll be back in a second, guys.
Sorry if this is very stressful, Andrew Zanimatics.
He said he's at peace.
This is the actual tweet.
Wow.
What else have we got? Now, Georgia Maloney has come out and basically said that they are going to suspend the Schengen area with Spain. So apparently, like, a lot of them have gone back to Morocco because there's not really a lot to do apart from, I don't know, like steal a few things and stuff like that.
Hey, and fucking goats, buddy.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
All
I
right.
don't know. So essentially, my understanding is it's quite hard to get across the Straits of Gibraltar from Ceuta. Like, there's like a border post and stuff. They're not going to be like filling boats and coming over to the south of Spain, which is a shame because I was hoping that
I'm sorry,
we'd
Andrew Zanimatics is still here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping they'd all come to London because one of the things that London really needs is more Moroccans. Just more browns of any kind, really.
That's really the most important thing that I look for in an immigrant, is someone who has a 1,000-year history of being left out in the sun too long. Number one thing I look for.
There's also stuff going on in Melilla, which is another outpost. This is from Ynet, which is an Israeli newspaper. US-Spain tensions over NATO. Iran can create an opening for Morocco to press claims on Ceuta and Melilla, with Israel positioned to back Rabat diplomatically within the US-led alliance that increasingly favors cooperative partners over European holdouts. I'm not even kidding, right? It's just it's there in black and white. Okay. Spain's consistent failure to meet NATO defense spending targets, Pedro Sanchez's confrontational posture towards the Trump administration have collectively generated something rare in North African affairs, a genuine crack in Spain's strategic armor. Into that crack, Morocco's most consequential new partner, Israel, is uniquely positioned to press. I didn't write it. I don't know what the fuck do you want from me, right?
I can't believe you read it like that. You're supposed to say it not at all?
So Rubio apparently is like very into this. They've been like lobbying this shit for like ages.
No audio.
No audio?
Do that thing that you do, boy. Do that thing you do with the audio, man.
Well,
We can hear it. You know what I'm saying?
I got a little error message. It
I
says,
thought you white motherfuckers know how to do audio and shit. Don't make a black man start doing that. Don't make a black man start doing it. I start doing it right now. Did I buy enough time? Okay.
Yeah.
If you're watching what's happening in Spain city Ceuta right now, take a listen to this. It was planned by the Trump administration and Israel. This guy right here is Michael Rubin. He's a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute. Since March of this year, this think tank has been heavily lobbying the Trump administration, especially Marco Rubio, to recognize Ceuta as territory of Morocco. The reason for this is because Morocco is part of the Abraham Accords. It's pro-Israel, and they want to punish Spain for not allowing the United States to use its airspace during the Iran war. This is an established U.S. think tank, by the way. Moroccans should gather, send bulldozers to the border, and then enter Ceuta, Melilla unarmed to raise the flag. Sanchez and the Spanish press bleat, but they have no grounds to act, nor for that matter would NATO, even if Moroccan forces enter the towns to restore order and organize dispatch of settlers across the strait and back to Spain. These two Spanish towns represent illegitimate beachheads and are home to approximately 170 Spanish settlers. They are weak spots for European security since African migrants regularly rush to the fence to claim asylum. It gets much worse, just wait. Republican U.S. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart of Florida, who's very close friends with Marco Rubio, wrote a report back in April. Stated for the first time, the committee notes the historic alliance between the United States and Morocco. The committee notes that the Spanish-administered cities of Ceuta and Melilla are located in the Moroccan territory and remain the subject of Morocco's long-standing claim. It goes on to state the Secretary of State Marco Rubio should encourage diplomatic engagement between Morocco and Spain over the future status of the two cities. American Enterprise Institute has been pressuring the Trump administration on this for over a year. They want to bolster the Abraham Accords and they want to punish Spain. This is why this is happening. It's not because Spain is a left-wing government that can't control its borders. The United States and Israel are doing this together because they no longer want Spain to control those cities.
Now, someone mentioned this as well at the bottom of Yair Netanyahu's thread. Let's make a deal. We won't fund NGOs in your country calling you to give away Ceuta and Melilla. I can't pronounce it now. And you will stop funding NGOs in our country that calls us to give away Judea and Samaria. Wait, Israel is funding NGOs that are like doing bad stuff in Europe? I am shocked. I can't.
Fish, we cover this all the time. How could you forget that?
Can you play the conspiracy theory sample, please?
It's a staple of the show.
It's like, man, this conspiracy theorist. I'm like, you wouldn't happen to be currently doing a conspiracy, would you?
Basically, yes. Here's Nick as well summarizing it.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's very obvious to see. The reason Republicans support the invasion of the Spanish cities is they're doing this on behalf of Israel. They're promoting Morocco's core security interests, punishing Spain at the expense of their core security interests, because Spain is an adversary of Israel and Morocco is a security ally of Israel. And we know this because the State Department did the same thing in 2020. As part of the deal for Morocco to recognize Israel, the United States and Israel recognized Morocco and its claim over Western Sahara, another disputed territory in Northern Africa. And so the U.S. and Israel effectively gave Morocco disputed Spanish territory in 2020. This was Morocco's reward for recognizing Israel. Now the Republicans are back in power 6 years later, and they say the same thing. Go ahead, Morocco, take Spain's two remaining cities in Northern Africa. This is your reward for being loyal to Israel. This is Spain's punishment for being disloyal. It's also worth noting, as Netanyahu carries out the ethnic cleansing in Gaza, one of the big questions hanging over the security situation there is, what do we do with all the Palestinians in Gaza? Where are we going to put them? You got 1.5, 2 million people that are clearly miserable and hate Israel and militating against them. What are we going to do with them? Where are we going to put them? Do we push them into the Sinai Peninsula? Egypt will not allow that. Egypt is putting their military on the border to prevent them from going there. Where else can we send them? Well, one of the countries that was under consideration was Morocco. The Trump administration said, maybe we will have Morocco take the displaced Palestinians, and in exchange, we'll give Morocco more territory. In exchange, we'll do things for Morocco. Maybe this is part of that deal. Whether it is or it isn't, it shows this is—
Pause it real quick.
The policymaking and decision-making in Washington. And
all I want is for one single Groiper to be able to articulate this aside from Nick Fuentes. That's all I want. I just want one, okay?
Israel, which is using Morocco, a Muslim Arab ally under this monarchical dictatorship, and also using it to punish one of their left-wing liberal enemies in Europe, in Spain. And so that's the third civilizational enemy, is that somebody opened up the gates here. Somebody opened up the gates of Toledo and let the Muslims pour in and conquer and invade Europe. And as always, it is the Jews. So it's the left-wing government in Spain that promotes refugees welcome, makes it harder to deport these people, incentivizes them to come here through permanent residency. It's the Muslims that are pushing their own people as a biological weapon to go out and conquer Europe. But in the end, it's Israel and its Jewish allies in the United States. They're really the ones that are opening the gates and making this happen. And they're doing it to punish Spain because Spain doesn't co-sign the wickedness of Israel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now,
and
hang on.
fellas, I know how you might be feeling about Israel right now, but don't worry. I'm going to be able to alleviate those feelings in the next segment.
Don't worry, man. James Lindsay's here to offer his biting commentary. All he does is shill for Israel now. Like it's so obvious. Like he's
It's
just
way
full
worse
on-
than any of us ever thought it could ever be.
mate. It's just no subtlety at all.
Oh,
Don't worry though.
What a compassionate man he is.
We have the far left German party Der Linke, the group vice chairman Clara Bunga believes that Germany and the EU are obliged to provide for the immigrants from Ceuta and take in asylum seekers.
No, dude.
Really? Well, what do we know about this woman?
Did they vote on that? You get to vote on that, right? It's a democracy.
In 2012, she worked for a law firm in Israel which enforced compensation claims and pension entitlements of Holocaust survivors against the German state.
Oh.
Fascinating.
Oh,
I'm sure these two facts are in no way connected. And last thing, Damien Soylash.
Oh, this guy's great.
A great day for those of us who support open borders, as thousands of new arrivals make their way through the border of Spain from Morocco and Algeria. All of these people are finally joining us for a better life in the EU. And instead of being scared about what's happening, we should be celebrating that so many people want to make their home here in Europe. Many of these people might make their way to the UK. And if we come across them, we should greet them with open arms and solidarity with wanting a better life. One of the best things about having so many people arrive at once is the incredible boost to our GDP and economy, as well as new doctors and engineers, men, women and children of all ages can enrich our society and diversify our culture in new and exciting ways. Many nations like Spain and the UK are suffering from declining populations, but with this new influx of dreamers, we can help fill the labour shortage and increase our population artificially. Given that diversity is our greatest strength, this can only be a positive thing. And to the naysayers who say we'll need to build more houses or that it'll put pressure on infrastructure, the simple fact is we need to spend more money on those things anyway. And so more people puts more pressure on the government to spend more money so that we can all have better things.
And just so all the fellas know, that guy is a satirist, okay? He's just that good at saying exactly what they would say, exactly how they would say it.
Yeah, he's amazing. Okay, super chats.
Yes.
J6 2.0 for $5. Ever thought that if we make everyone a millionaire, we can also justify taxing everyone at 90%?
Unironically communist math.
I've never thought of that. That's amazing.
We're not going to need money because we're just going to have everything, even though everyone's going to be too lazy to do any of it. Don't you get it?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever wondered why the tax threshold isn't linked to inflation? You know?
No, I haven't. I feel like a brainwashed fool. I've actually never thought of that until right now.
Like, why is it that, the tax rate is not linked to inflation? I guess we'll never know. Probably, I'm sure the answer is too big brain for me, right? Matty Ice for $10.
Thank you, bruv.
Have a suited Pepe. Fun fact is the name of the Rock of Gibraltar comes from the Arabic Jubal Tariq. That means Tariq's mountain. He was the general in charge of the initial invasion into the Iberian Peninsula. I did not know
yes,
that.
of the Nasheed clan.
The Nasneed clan. Matty Ice again for $5.
Oh, you up?
But who will throw open the doors of Toledo, Ohio? It's a good point. Radio Guy for $10.
Oh, thank you, bruv.
Thank you. Why did 1984, Camp of the Saints, and Fahrenheit 451 have to happen all at the same time?
Dude, it's a lot all at once or nothing at all. Some weeks me and you will go, oh, it's kind of a tight week this week. We'll try to find something to cover. And then all of a sudden, like a day later, we're like, oh my God, scrambling to fucking try and cover all of it.
Oh God. Yeah. It's pretty bizarre this week. Schlums for $5. Being a large country might actually be worse for the US. We can be completely overrun while feeling much less displaced.
Double-edged sword. Absolutely.
Double-edged
They
sword,
really, I mean, who does frogs in a boiling pot better than the United States?
Yeah,
100
that's
years.
a good point, mate.
Fucking
That's a good
100
point.
years, dude. I completely empathize with that.
King Spectre for $5. Look at that profile pic.
Unbelievable.
It's great to see him repping the UK Minister of Being Black. Amazing work.
Callbacks.
Mm-hmm. These young scholars and engineers will be such a wonderful benefit to Spain and even more so to Brit Bongistan once they move on to sweeter pastures. Exactly. He's totally right.
Hold on, but what is the narrative of why they need somewhere to go? I'm still confused. They're so quick to move them. Everyone's like, "Ooh, why again?"
Yeah, well, don't be racist, Ardy. Mate, look at that profile picture.
Oh my God!
Did
Oh my
someone
God.
say a Carillion? Oh, masterful
You
work.
are a child, and I love it. You are 5 years old.
Gungan supremacist for 14 Canadian loonies.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Mate. Morocco is surely only sending their best, friendliest, like a cultural exchange program. They definitely aren't sending criminals or other problem individuals. That would not be very neighborly of them. I have heard rumors, I don't know if this is true, that they're emptying out their jails, actually. I don't know if that's true. But
So we don't know who they're sending and why. This is moving very quickly. But in 2 years, they're going to go, oops, we were confused at the time. COVID rules.
New GM for $10.
You better know he's rocking everywhere.
I know about the Strait of Gibraltar is a kind of punch. I learned about it in When the Bad Bish and the Savage Link Up by Quan Mills. It's a true classic. Ardy will love it.
I honestly might become an Orthodox Christian before I read that fucking shit, okay?
Old Man Jenkins gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, mate.
Oh, and speaking of which, my little fellerinis, this is in the description. Hard R Lore videos. It's a playlist. It's me, 2017, 2018, and me debating with blacks in 2019. Ooh, don't you want to watch that? Isn't that embarrassing? It's kind of sick, actually. That guy did a pretty good job. That one's not for the general public, though. No. 2019 already must be hidden. But yes, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Old Man Jenkins, thanks for coming back, buddy.
Mike's second name for 5 UK pounds, worth less every day. It's okay. The Spanish PM gave them all an ocular pat down earlier. There you go. Yeah, right.
They sniffed them out.
J6 2.0 for $5. Thank you. Indiana is larger than most EU countries, and Alaska is 3 times larger than Spain.
Yep.
Michigan is larger than the UK. Yeah, precisely.
Thank you. That puts things into perspective for me.
Jam for $20.
There he is, bruv. Always good to see Jamie Jam.
Feral historian, a centrist liberal, reviewed Camp of the Saints and attempted to white pill by saying that if there was a large-scale invasion, there's no way the army would just lay down their arms and let it happen. Ironic.
We wouldn't just let it happen.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
It's a good thing, like, the army wouldn't be occupied, like, halfway across the world fighting a war for Israel while shit's going on in America, and that would, like, never happen.
I remember being a liberal thinking that the government just wouldn't let that happen. I remember thinking I remember that. It was probably me a year and a half ago. I remember thinking that.
Thanks, Jam. Colin Christensen for $5 every single time.
It's unbelievable. It really is. And I mean, at this point, I mean, Fist is He starts sniffing. I'll hear him. I'll go, huh? Wait, huh? Okay. Just hear him clacking in the background. What are you doing back there? Oh, nothing. Oh, wait,
No, just
okay.
you know, just checking something. You know, Clown Town Chronicle. Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
Oi, bruv.
28 Moroccans later. Oh. Now,
it do be looking like that.
Not only can you check out Aaron's excellent podcast, The Clown Town Chronicle, which I would highly recommend. Maybe you could drop the link. Ardent, but he is also my co-host on Clown-Based Lifeforms, which you can watch. It's over on my channel. Just search for Newsfist.
In this description to a direct link to his channel as well.
That's right. And we were covering, well, as I was saying, the gay communism thing, you know, but also other stuff. We got like a crazy Chinese.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to think it's gay communism all the time.
No, it's not. No, it's just a little, like just the tip of the gay communism.
Unfortunately, that book was about down to the base. So you're a tip guy.
TNRFNV for $10.
There he is, mate.
Thanks very much. They can't build new civilized countries, but not because they can't. You won't allow them to, obviously. Yeah, pretty much.
We would hate it if they stayed over there. Oh, we hate that. We hate it when they stay over there. No, the moves, they're content being by themselves.
Mm-hmm. You know, maybe we could cure racism by just like putting all the different peoples of the world in their own segregated areas. You know, like the Japanese in Japan and like the Italians in Italy. Maybe we could call them like, I don't know, nations or something. I reckon it could catch on, bro.
We can't let nationalism happen. That's too scary.
Decom for $10. Thank you, mate. Just got here. You don't have to rewind the stream, but I hope you feel bad for not waiting on me. Oh, we do. We do.
Oh, that's kind of mooey right there. That was good.
You're not loving Israel enough. You don't worship Israel enough.
He tried to do the little make you feel guilty. I like that. That's sneaky. Nice one.
The guilt is real. Titus Smegamus for $5. Thank you, mate. In these dark times, watching the old guard and neocons getting absolutely decimated in debates has been a light of happiness.
It is.
Yeah.
For all to see.
Gungan Supremacist for 7 Canadian loonies. Thank you, mate. I've heard enough. Import 20 million. We need more recipes. He's right.
We needed more recipes yesterday, damn it.
Yep. Mighty Meme King for $5. Fist, you need to read Big Yahoo's son's thread further. He admits his country is using NGOs to facilitate this in order to achieve political ends. Yeah, I did get to that bit, but thank you. And TNRFNV.
Thank you, mate.
For another $10. Thank you. I guess they are seeking asylum from their wives and children.
Hey, am I right? Can't live with them, can't live without them, huh? Yeah, tough crowd.
Yeah. Better flee the country. New GM for $10. Thank you, mate. I love this dancing chud graphic. It's so awesome. The migrant wave in Spain will eventually hit the US, as it always does. So we are shooting ourselves on behalf of a small country of residents of Connecticut once again. I apologize, Spanish friends. Mate, yeah. It just always. The Revolutionary for $5. It is time, men of the West, for the Reconquista. Never forget what those leftists did to us. Based.
I mean, it's hard to forget. They kind of surround me with it every single day. So really tough to forget that one.
Christos, member for 9 months. Hey, Christos, how you doing?
Come on, bruv.
That book sounds very flammable. Which
yeah.
book is he talking about?
Probably the one that you read on Content Chronicle.
That is true. Mike's second name for £5. Thank you, mate.
Pagan.
Newsfist is the smackdown to Ardy's Raw. Also, please restart the stream. What does that mean? Is that a wrestling reference?
Yes, that is wrestling. So there's, I believe, Mondays and Thursdays is what they used to do. Monday Night Raw and then SmackDown was on Thursdays.
Right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Sip Chat's chief. You're driving now?
I'm fucking driving, motherfucker. Now, fellas, you might be, let me know in chat if you're frustrated about the moves right now. After all the things we've shown you, the destruction they cause in Spain specifically right now, but across the Western world, their motivations for doing so, you might be pretty frustrated with them. Well, I have good news for you. Norm Finkelstein is going to justify hating all of them. But he can do it because he's on the left, fellas. Let's take this unlimited respawn for a fucking spin. What do you say?
It's the same concept as blood libel, which is a real instance of anti-Semitism, blaming Jews for poisoning the
Israel
well.
targets children in Gaza.
But then, yes, attributing that to something that we can visualize, something that we can see with our own two eyes, like Israel killing children in Gaza, is unbelievably harmful if you care about combating anti-Semitism.
It's not only harmful to combating anti-Semitism. See, the problem, in my view, is any definition you come across of anti-Semitism.
Can you just pause this for a second? Ardy?
Yes, sir.
Just for a second, right?
Yes.
Finkelstein, he's like talking. No, it was Piker was talking about the blood libel, right? About the well poisoning, right?
Absolutely.
That is a terrible accusation. Oh wait, what's this? Operation Cast Thy Bread was a top secret biological warfare operation conducted by the Haganah and later the IDF that began in April 1948 during the 1948 Palestinian War. The Haganah used typhoid bacteria to contaminate drinking water wells in violation of the 1925 Geneva Protocol. Its objective was to frighten and prevent Palestinian Arabs from returning to their captured villages and make conditions difficult for Arab armies attempting to retake territories. The operation resulted in severe illness among local Palestinian citizens. In the final months of the war, the government of Israel gave orders to expand the biological war campaign into neighboring Arab states such as Egypt, Lebanon, and Syria, but they were not carried out. Israeli Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion and IDF Chief of General Staff Yigal Yadin oversaw and approved the use of biological warfare. I don't know where people get these ideas from, right?
Well, I don't want to be presumptuous, but...
You know, that's a little bit Jewish.
Let's continue.
There's an Oxford English Dictionary and OED definition. They always insert the word irrational.
And here we go, fellas, okay? You know, he's going to be allowed to say what he's going to say and justify his feelings because they're rational and technically. So the definition is irrational. Well, it's not an irrational. This is why I say the left and the moves, like, they're not that intelligent. They're just evil and malicious. If you didn't assign yourself any morality or rules, you would come to a lot of obvious conclusions very quickly. Okay. This one, I mean, I've heard this many times on the right. Let's see how it sounds on the left.
An irrational hatred of Jews, an irrational belief that Jews are this, that Jews are that. Here's the problem. What if a lot of the resentment is rational?
Oh, Norm, and here I didn't get anything for you. Go on.
What if a state calling itself the state of the Jewish people? What if your resentment at the genocide it's perpetrating, what if it's rational? What if Jews are carrying on in a flagrant, brazen fashion?
What if?
To suppress our right to freedom of speech.
I love how he invokes the right to the freedom of speech like the left always does, but this also works for the right wing, what he's saying so far.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean,
this is bipartisan what he's saying right now.
It works on any Anglo, but especially the Americans.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like the Euro cucks have basically sort of, you know, like, oh, I guess we don't really need freedom of speech anymore, right? Like someone's feeling might get hurt. But the Americans are not going to let this fly. Well, hopefully.
And using their considerable financial power to do
the moos using their power as a reason to collectively not like them. Norm, my pearls are clutched right now. What are you doing?
So, if you
considerable financial power, that's a bit problematic to say, man. Like, right? I thought they were like just very, very poor, and you know, I didn't have any money at all.
The mask is off right now. Go ahead. Go, Norm. Run for office. There you go.
Then choose for that. Is it anti-Semitism? But it's rational.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Sorry.
Yep. Not a problem.
Sorry.
Not a problem. Yep. You got
financial wealth to crush dissent, to threaten students with suspension, to threaten them with expulsion. In some case.
Now, you see, here's the difference between the commie and the nationalist, right? He doesn't really care about these people. He's just using them as political pawns, where an actual nationalist would actually be connected to his people, and that's happening to his people, and there would be political will amongst the people of that race, let's say the white race, that would be able to collectivize, but they're kind of scared of white collectivization, it seems like. I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're doing
I wonder
something
why.
stinky to us. Okay.
This is to threaten them with deportation. In some cases, the students are being absconded with and sent into places God only knows where. When those things were happening, did Bill Ackman say anything?
Right.
Did he denounce it? Did he say it was wrong what was done to Mohammed Khalil?
Okay.
No, he did not. So, or when Sheryl Sandberg abets the genocide by coming out with this fake film about Hamas rape called Screams Without Silence, if you resent the power that Jews use, is it anti-Semitism?
I might have to clip that. I might have to clip that. I don't know if I should, but
that
he's
is brutal.
speaking truth to power right now. I'd say.
Yeah. I was reliably informed in first year politics at university that was literally the function of a democracy, is speaking truth to power. So if you think about it, Finkelstein's like, he is embodying the essence of our democracy. I don't see how you could take it any other way.
Could you imagine? I honestly would need an AI video of Nick Fuentes saying just exactly what fucking Norm Finkelstein's saying with the same face and same fucking voice. It would be incredible.
Can't see that it is because of the problem that every definition incorporates some notion that it's irrational. There's nothing irrational about that resentment. And that's, you say it's harder to fight anti-Semitism. I think the problem is even bigger.
Yeah.
The problem is it even anti-Semitism?
So you have to know, fellas, you have to know right now that Norm is a moo. And not only that, his parents didn't have a fun time in the Holly like some other moos did. Okay. His parents didn't have a fun time at all in the Holly. And you better bet your bottom dollar that this is moo on moo violence. That's what we're going to be witnessing right now.
When an ethnic group uses its financial and its political clout in order to further a Jewish supremacist agenda.
You're not supposed to say mooish supremacist. No, that's only white supremacists.
Yeah,
What are
come
you
on.
doing? Now,
he hasn't gotten the memo. Only whites can be supremacists, right?
Now,
I
Hasan-
learned
yeah.
that in 2017, man.
You learn so late in life. So Hasan Piker is going to be like, "Oh, hold on." We say this. Hasan Piker hears that and he goes, "Uh-oh, we're doing the same exact thing we do against white supremacists against the moos, and we are lowering the shield of anti-Semitism." So, Hasan, this is even too rich for Hasan Piker's blood right now, if you can believe it.
Yeah, anti-Semitism. I don't think it is.
So here's where you and I differ on this issue. I am reminded, and I used to use this all the time, of the March 1919 speech that Lenin delivered.
I love it, dude. If only we could call this guy a communist. If only there was a way.
Hey, Ardy, just out of a question. Did Lenin have any particular ethnic background apart from being a Russian?
It was.
I feel like.
Do you really
I feel
want
like
to know?
I remember something about Lenin and the Bolshevik Politburo being like.
It was hidden from him that he was a moo.
Oh, I see.
And it was revealed by his sister after he died.
Oh,
Which is one of the mooiest ways to ever be a moo. The entire time he was alive, he didn't know.
So, how did he learn to speak Yiddish then?
I don't know. I don't go that far. Did he know he knew Yiddish?
Yeah. Apparently, that was sort of the argot in the Bolsheviks. That's and not only that, like, you know, all the moos in the Bolsheviks, they'd have their own secret meetings like afterwards. So sort of, you know, it was like a network within a network kind of like thing basically going on.
On anti-Semitic pogroms. And I think this is something that you will agree with me on as well, which is that
I love that priming technique in a conversation. I think this is something that you'll agree with me on, meaning you're supposed to agree with me, right? Very 101 manipulation.
The socialist, communist, Marxist interpretation revolves around.
I love how they're all just conflated, finally. They're all so different. Yet, yeah, whatever you want to fucking call it. Whatever
The
word we
socialists, communists, Marxists. I mean, you're like whatever.
but then defending the ideology. Whoa, these are distinct, very different things.
Oh yes, of course.
Class struggle, and that the obvious scapegoat, the scapegoating of any kind of ethnic minority, in this circumstance being Jews, is a very commonly deployed trope, a commonly deployed tactic.
He is tap dancing around this issue.
Do you think he's like worried he's gonna get like drone struck?
This is how he speaks.
Fucking Finkelstein.
Hasan
my
Piker
God.
usually speaks like he has a fucking gun to his head. He's like, really? You're like around the point right now?
And that no group of people are monolithic. And I think you also agree with me on that as well.
Do you think?
Just
Listen-
looking at him.
So now this usually works. A group of people isn't monolithic, right? That usually works because technically they are different, right?
Yep. Like those Moroccans that were invading Spain.
Absolutely.
Right? They're not a monolith. And it's very, very bad to treat them as a group. Right? They must all be considered as individuals.
Let's see if in Norm's own words, when Hasan's done speaking, Norm's going to go, they're a fucking monolith. Let's see if he does that. I hope he does.
And that my understanding always has been, or the way that I talk about these issues always is revolved around the notion that if organized Jewry was this monolithic force, in the way that many Jewish Zionist Americans in key positions of power try to present it as, utilizing the vague interpretation of Zionism, or even saying Israel's a Jewish state, Israel has to remain a Jewish state, Israel has demographic concerns. Why should we care about that? We don't care about that with any other country. As a matter of fact, when Nick Fuentes says we have demographic concerns, or when Tucker Carlson says we have demographic concerns here in America, we understand that as white supremacy. We understand that as white nationalism, and we find it.
He's trying to separate the Moorish supremacy from the white supremacy right now.
And we find that abhorrent. Do we now, Hasan? We find that that's which we is he saying that whites are a monolith?
Yeah. Well, actually, sometimes Hasan Piker is white. He's occasionally white. Just so you know. Sometimes he's white, sometimes he's not. I'm not even kidding.
Totally agree.
So why is there this distinction? The way I approach this issue is if there was this monolithic understanding, there would not be such a gigantic generational divide.
See, they disagree, so they can't be a monolith every single time, Fist. They can't be a monolith because they disagree on some stuff.
And there wouldn't be billions of dollars invested in ensuring that young American Jews, young Jews in Europe, are indoctrinated into this false understanding, this false notion
listen,
that, you know.
He's had enough. Norm's like, listen, dude, I'm trying to hate all of them over here. You kind of get in the fucking way of that. So let me just cook over here.
Hasan, Mr. Piker. Of course, what you're saying is true.
Yeah.
I have a credo. It's my own little credo. Never quarrel with facts.
Oh my God, he's so full of himself. I have a thing, Oh yeah, so unique, so fucking unique, dude.
What you're saying is true. Okay? And we have to start with that.
Yeah.
The problem with this, the problem is
what's
this.
the problem?
If there's a significant number of people carrying on in this way.
So if there's maybe majority of them, maybe a significant number.
Or a significant portion of these people have vast institutional and monetary and military power.
Okay.
Right.
Is it really irrational? And as I said, a part of a core.
Well, that part I don't disagree with.
Core definition of anti-Semitism that's supposed to be.
Do you like how they're saying they're not disagreeing with each other as they're clearly disagreeing with each other? It's two snakes in a fucking pit, dude.
Irrational. Is it really irrational if people make a leap and say the way Jews are carrying on is completely outrageous?
There's so many one-lines here, dude. This is just like I love the way they are allowed to talk about anything in the world and nothing happens to them. This is just incredible.
Does that really shock the conscience when people reach that conclusion?
I'm sure we said that.
Israel calls itself the state of the Jewish people. So is it so shocking if people conclude that when Israel carries on this way, it's acting?
And its defenders say that they're doing this at the behest of Judaism.
At the behest of the Jewish people? Is that such a shocking conclusion?
No.
No, I don't think so. And I don't.
Maybe I can have Norm Finkelstein replace Mustache Man, make his voice echoey as if it's going out to many people. I'll do some light crowd noises in the fucking background as he's saying this.
Oh,
that would work too.
Really, at some level, I don't really quarrel with people who reach the wrong conclusion.
He knows the right conclusion.
I'm going to say, okay, my parents passed through the Nazi Holocaust.
Yes! Dude, hit him with the holly, dude. We never see the holly used in this way. We never see the holly used. He's telling an empathetic story of the holly to go, and that's why we need to finish what he started. It's fucking incredible, dude. It's poetry.
They lost on both sides of both sides. My mother and father lost every single member. To their dying day, they hated every German.
See,
every German. Okay,
Uh-huh.
did I like that? Not really. Did they ever quarrel with them about it? Never. Did they ever argue with them about that? Never. I understood from their experience.
I said recently in a video where when it comes to the right wing, I don't have to push any of it away, and I literally will say, I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Yeah, that is the game that we're playing. No matter what happens on the right, I go, I don't agree with that, distance myself, but I understand it. Some sort of level of support, and it's that easy.
I remember I once asked my mother the question. I was curious. I said, did you ever meet a German during the extermination who showed some sympathy?
I love how he's going. This is how leftists argue, by the way. Now they're going to tell a sob story, so now there's nothing Hasan can do in the laws of lefty, right? Now Hasan has to go, oh, fuck, he's hit me with a Holly story. I can't. Outside of crying, what is he going to do?
It's the highest card of all.
Right.
Be hard.
But it's in order to hate all of them. I've never seen it.
She thought very hard. And then she said, I remember once a German soldier, he had a look on his face of feeling a little guilty. She said, I remember one. So is it so shocking?
Now, wait until I tell you my experiences with black people. Now, one time, it was one polite one. Okay? Let's see how that fucking goes.
That she generalized from her experience and hated all Germans.
Is this not the basis of what they would call racism?
This is the basis of how people interface with reality. The fact of the matter is that the way people interface with reality is there are individuals and there are groups. And this whole idea that you need to completely burn out the part of your brain that looks at people as groups is the worst kind of like brainwashing. Everybody
I have to train myself to do it. I have to like actively undo the individualism in my brain. I just started this process like a year ago. It's deeply embedded. Do you understand the stupid, gay, individualist, lefty thoughts I have to combat sometimes to speak a sentence? Think about it. I've been brainwashed 39 fucking years. You know, it doesn't just fucking go away.
Vince, I don't find that particularly shocking. And given what she endured, there was no way on God's earth that I would dare to quarrel with that experience. Did I think it was wrong?
Ultimate
Yes.
victimhood.
Do I have German friends? Yes. But will I argue? No. And in the same way, will I argue with a Palestinian or a Gazan who hates all Jews? Never. I would never argue with it.
Can I get added to the list, please?
That's their experience. I will now not, which is totally out of character for me, I will not talk to an Israeli. You crossed the red line. You've gone too far. I've read too many human rights reports.
I've seen too many statistics, okay? I've seen 1350 way too many times play out in society. This maps on to all of the negative biases that whites have against other groups perfectly, with the equivalent victimization and justification behind it.
You have targeted, TAR.
Oh, if only whites knew what it was like to be targeted.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking parallel.
Imagine. Yeah, I have no idea what that's like. Yeah.
GETED. You have targeted too many Gazan children. You have targeted too many in their head. You have targeted too many in their chests.
What's he talking about? Gangbangers doing drive-by shootings right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. This also happens. We understand.
Mm-hmm.
You have targeted too many toddlers.
Yeah.
Now you say, well, that's generalizing. That's not every Israeli. Well, is it not really? Is it not? I've read the polls.
I've looked at the crime stats. I'm fucking right here with you, dude. Preach.
The polls show that these polls are taken like every 2 weeks.
Mind you, those are polls. I look at statistics because it's all of the people. You're right?
Yeah.
It's the closest indicator when it comes to crime statistics. It's the largest sample size possible that we have. It's the most accurate data one can actually look at.
since the Gaza genocide. And you know what the poll showed?
80% support.
5% of Israeli Jews thought Israel was using too much force. 95% said either sufficient force or not enough force. Of those 95%, 40% said not enough force. I can go through many, many polls.
I can go through a lot of polls of black people too.
Wait,
They
like,
don't
how
say
much,
good things about us at all.
How much more force could they conceivably use? I
the
don't
tone is-
understand. What is the escalation point after that? Like nerve gas?
I didn't even realize that.
Fuck, man.
But it's his tone of voice the entire. See, he goes from the holly to this, right? This is all persuasion. All of this works with the left.
Israel, to its
Uh-oh.
no, I wouldn't say honor, but it has a citizen army. I think the citizen army is a correct concept. Everybody should have to pay that ultimate price to defend their country.
Oh boy, that echoing in an auditorium would sound so good.
An army should not be composed of the poor or those who have no futures. So they say, you benefit from the independence of your country. Everybody should have to serve to defend the country up to and including
Pause
the ultimate
it,
separate.
right?
Yeah.
But what about going halfway around the world to like shoot like brown people? I mean, like when you say have an army to defend your country, does that also mean like traveling halfway around the world? I mean, just, because otherwise, I mean, it's not really defending your country if you can't go halfway around the world and like bomb the crap out of, Iran or something. Just saying.
He's leaving a lot open to interpretation right now.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Okay? But then there's a problem. You have a citizen army. You know what the citizen army means? It's representative of the population.
Yeah.
Now, if that citizen army is committing genocide,
What do you do to him, Norm?
it's also representative of the population.
You know what that means.
It's not an unfair generalization.
No, it's rational.
To say this is a nation of child killers.
Yeah, Norm.
To say this is a nation of child murderers. That's a fact. So then you say, well,
I think if somebody sneezes, and says the word Groiper, it makes the fucking news. Meanwhile,
Hasan is very nervous.
Yeah. Yep. Because we're all getting an image in our head, aren't we? And Hasan's like, I'm supposed to get this image in my head about the whites. Why am I getting this image in my head about the moos right now? This is how it starts, Hasan.
But the number who actually target children, yes, it's horrible. Yes, it's terrible. The most recent.
No, it's the complicity.
The most recent UN Commission of Inquiry report on assaults on children. They targeted an orphanage, But okay, you say that's still a handful. But here's a question.
Okay.
It was being reported already in mid 2024. It was already being reported. Israel's using starvation as a method of war in Gaza.
Yeah.
Everybody agreed on that. The EU foreign policy chief, Gutierrez, everybody agreed. Israel's using starvation as a method of war.
So what do we get to do about it, Norm?
Now, it's not easy to use starvation as a method of war. You have to seal all their points of entry. You have to blow up
we know they do bad stuff.
food banks
right.
in
Yeah.
Gaza in order to make that.
You see, Norm, in the white community, we don't have to tell these stories. We just watch videos of us being victimized every day on the internet. We don't need these long screeds in the white community. We're very observable about what's happening around us. We get it.
Work. The whole Israeli army was implicated. And you know what? You know who you're trying to starve? 1.1 million of those 2.3 million Gazans are children.
Yeah.
You are concretely implicated, or to use your word, complicitous in starving children.
Oh.
Okay, guys, you lost me. If I meet somebody in the street or at the beach, because I'm right near Coney Island Beach, and the person says, I'm from Gaza, I'm from Israel, I walk away. Won't talk. You lost me. So to get back to your original question.
Nothing happens to him. Nobody cares. He just gets that freedom of association like that to say it out loud.
Dude.
I'm a little bit too woke for this, and only because It's interesting. I had a very similar, well, not on this issue, but
I'm not proud of, I'm not happy with what I'm saying. On the other hand, I think a line has been crossed. Because I said to you earlier,
there are things that I agree with what you said. I'm just saying that I have a more optimistic perspective in terms of
now. All of a sudden, he's optimistic and not telling people to take to the streets, dude. Oh, I love it. We'll cap it off here. That was a 3-hour conversation between them. Okay,
dude.
And that, yeah. I what I'm trying to do, fellas, is find my version of what Norm Finkelstein just did. Okay. From now on, he is a huge rhetorical inspiration for me. Absolutely incredible the work this man is doing. Truly a right-wing hero. Okay, you got a little Fauci ouchie pouchy?
I do have. I have the Fauci ouchie pouchy. Let's do some super chats first.
Oh, sure.
Christos gifted 5 memberships.
Well, hello there, mate.
Look at the dancing chud. He's so happy.
So, fellas, members only live streams, members only videos. Just pick through the YouTube channel. There's got to be like at this point, I don't know, 20 hours of stuff to comb through. That's a little spicy, might I add.
Matty Ice for $10.
The Iceman cometh.
This is one of the craziest clips I've ever seen. There was one clip of Finkelstein from months ago where he says that the idea that AIPAC and friends unduly influenced the global war on terror was insane. Very weird guy. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I thought that was basically common knowledge. Dude, okay.
Well, like, you know how like 2 negatives can make a positive? I detest listening to Hasan Piker and Norm Finkelstein. Both of them are horrifically difficult to listen to. Very meandering. I could listen to this full 3 hours. It shouldn't make any sense. 2 people that I can't listen to. It was fucking fascinating that Hasan has to sit there and take whatever Norman's saying. Is very satisfying.
Yeah. Ardent Party for 5 Canadian Louis. Using financial and political clout for the good of us would be nice to see white people do. Wouldn't be supremacist, of course. We're better than that.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't want to be supreme. We want to be, we love being lorded over.
Of course. Field Corps for $5. I can't wait till my Mooker Man turns yellow.
Hey, has anybody seen what happens at a year yet? The year's coming up soon. That what goes beyond white, fellas? Huh? What colors after that? You'll have to find out.
Dissident Knight for $10 Australian. Thank you, mate.
Dissident.
How you doing, Dissident Knight? Thank you. Please, holy invocation, instant. Exile all creatures, planeswalkers, and arguments your opponent controls. They lose the game. Quote, any further discussion is now complicity.
Dude, did you see Hasan Piker's face the whole time? He's like, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. There's no morality with them, right? So there's actually nothing he can do there without losing favor. If that was like a Christian that had a moral principle, they'd be like, oh, they would push back. He can't push back.
What's he going to say?
He can't.
Oh, God. Okay, so, I hate this
Deli
so much.
shoes, baby. Here we go.
So, Dr. Fauci was terrorized by Senator Ron Paul in a terrible display, as you can imagine. He pleaded the fifth. The entire I started watching it live, and as soon as Fauci started like pleading the fifth, I turned it off. I'm like, I can't sit here and listen to this massive bastard.
Like comedically, it became like comedic, where this isn't serious.
Actually, I have rights. Yeah, yeah, you don't say. So we're gonna like play like a few bits from the hearing.
Oh, sure.
Here is Dr. Paul's opening statement.
1 million Americans died from COVID-19. Some estimate as many as 15 million people died worldwide from COVID-19. Publicly, Anthony Fauci promoted the theory that the virus arose naturally, while privately, he was well aware of a mountain of evidence suggesting the virus originated in the lab. The American people deserve answers. The American people deserve to know why dangerous research was funded by NIAID in a totalitarian country, in a lab that lacked acceptable safety standards. The decision to fund dangerous gain-of-function research in Wuhan, China, will likely go down in history as perhaps one of the worst public health decisions. Frankly, the American people deserve an apology. I hope today, Dr. Fauci.
An apology. Dr. Paul, do you know who I am? I am Anthony Fauci. I don't apologize. Without me, there wouldn't even be a science.
I am the apology.
Come clean. Admit it was a mistake to fund dangerous research in China. Admit that the risk of this dangerous research exceeded any possible benefits. Ask forgiveness and pledge to help our government devise safeguards so a man-made epidemic never happens again. Instead of an apology, you have for years avoided responsibility. Regarding the lockdowns, you argue that you did not personally issue every lockdown order, close every school, or impose every mandate. But officials across the country invoked your authority to justify these decisions. And you presented your recommendations not as judgments open to debate, but as dictates of science itself. Your own words demonstrate that you understood the influence you exercised. On March 14th, 2020, you wrote that the task force recommendations were driven by me, yourself, Deb, and CDC. The next day you wrote that you had convinced Mayor Bill de Blasio to close the New York City schools, so you were involved. That same night, Governor Gavin Newsom's chief of staff told you that the governor had decided to close California schools, bars, and restaurants after watching you on television. Presidents, governors, mayors, school boards, corporations, and Congress all bear responsibility for the decisions they made. The COVID lockdown, however, could never have been inflicted without you aiding and abetting the crime. Children lost years of education. Small businesses
so pause
built
this.
over-
What is the point? This is a congressional hearing. I mean, what is even the point of this? Is it just to make me mad?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. She's very honest of you.
But also, to sort of, I guess, like bait Fauci into like denying something. So this is Fauci's opener. Yes, it's just look. I know it makes everybody mad. Okay, like it's like when a ninja steals your bike and he lives just up the road. And you go up and you're like, I want my bike back. And the bike is like literally there in front of his house. And he's like, that's not your bike. And you're like, I need my bike back. He's like, that's not your bike, that's my bike. And you're like, listen, my name tag is literally on it. It's painted. My dad gave me that. That's not your bike, that's my bike.
Oh
It's that kind of like thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this just reminds me of a sick animation short where it's a Viking and he goes, "That's my hammer," and it's a 1 minute skit that really n-bombs the entire time that I can't show on YouTube. But I get it.
I know the one you mean. Yeah, it's good.
However, given Senator Paul's obvious obsession with calling for my prosecution, his repeated slanderous comments about me,
the slander,
and recently.
He's obsessed with me. Oh my God, it's anti-Faucism.
Yeah.
His publicly releasing my unredacted personal diary aimed at embarrassing and intimidating me.
You worked for the government while you took that diary, Fauci. The reason why I released it is because they're federal records. But, you know...
The only conclusion I can reach is that the sole reason he is calling me before this committee is to get me to say something, anything, that could vindicate his repeated public pledges that I end up, in his words, quote, behind bars, unquote. Any reasonable person who has followed his unhinged obsession with me would readily come to the same conclusion. Therefore, although it pains me to do so, because of the respect I
look how he's shaking.
Yeah.
Like he has both of his arms braced solidly on the desk in front of him, and he's still shaking like a leaf.
have for the legislative branch of government and my decades-long record of cooperating with Congress, under the advice of my attorneys, I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions. Thank you.
So that's it. He just pleads the Fifth over and over again.
Yeah, but like he must have answered some sort of question. There's no way he just like pled the Fifth, no matter what was said to him. Surely he said something. That'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, he did actually. Wait, I've got that clip somewhere.
Fellas,
Where is
the
it?
the amount of tabs that we have open, fellas. Okay.
Oh, come on.
It's
I know
not
I've got it here
suitable. It's
somewhere.
not suitable for human consumption when we do this.
Is this the one?
Play this and look for it, you newbie.
Under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
They were dragged out of that stadium and arrested. Those policies
He's
were
cleaning
put
out
in
his
place
ears.
because you had moronic politicians that listened to the words of a megalomaniac who was more interested in having met a Kardashian than the suffering of the American people.
That's
That is-
embarrassing.
Your advice to communities like that, to idiotic politicians who enforce those rules, arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside. When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that?
Oh, he doesn't like that. Oh, somebody clip that. So clip his face. No, look, I did have it. I had it in the stack. So you're messing up. You're messing up my stack.
I was just curious.
Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel,
dude,
I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Right. How you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to
There's
the
nothing we can do about this in my country.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. The Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more. Brown versus Walker, 1896. When he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege.
Ooh.
Lawyers are shifting nervously in their chairs. They know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people.
See that's what I like right there, because the fifth is you can't incriminate yourself, but if it's been pardoned for something, then he actually cannot incriminate himself, so then the fifth doesn't apply to that. I'm acting like I'm teaching you that. You didn't just teach me that before the fucking stream.
Now, what this means is that Fauci could be charged with contempt of Congress.
Get him on something, tax evasion, anything.
How that's gonna? I mean, he's clearly in a position where if he talks, bad stuff is going to happen. Oh, by the way, completely unrelated. You know, just right. You know, just going off on a bit of a tangent here. Rand Paul just released this thing. Did you know that Bill Gates had a Q clearance, which is like a top secret clearance at the Department of Energy for 7 years, spanning the height of the COVID-19 pandemic?
I had no idea, I guess.
A DOE Q security clearance permits access to top secret restricted data of the US government. Huh. Did you also know that Fauci served as Bill Gates' private editor with the help of another guy, David Morans, that in April 2020, Gates requested Fauci's feedback on a memo titled Pandemic 1, the First Modern Pandemic, which set out how Gates was thinking about the COVID pandemic. In January 2022, Gates asked Fauci to edit his book, How to Prevent the Next Pandemic, before it was sent to the publisher. Fauci returned, tracked changes, and then wrote, I gave the manuscript in close confidence to a trusted colleague who destroyed it after reading it.
Wow, he is the science and the author.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. When the NIH director urgently asked what his ties to the Gates Foundation were, the answer came back that the foundation had been funding pieces of the National Institute of Health. Imagine that. I was reliably informed that was a conspiracy theory. Amazing how many of them there were flying around back in those days. Collins wrote again, called to an Oval Office meeting with no stated agenda. He reported that Gates had been promoting a universal flu vaccine directly to the president.
Wow.
And asked, is this coordinated in some way, or is Bill Gates going rogue? Did you also know that DARPA gave the Gates Foundation a private briefing on 4 military biological threat or possibly biological warfare programs. May 3rd, 2022, DARPA's Biological Technologies Office convened a 90-minute session at agency headquarters for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's Bioinnovation Accelerator. Ooh, its stated aim was, quote, targeting viruses in animals before they emerge in humans. Wow. Its project included bat sampling across 4 countries and a transmissible Lassa vaccine with an internal off switch. Gee, why would you need an internal off switch for a viral vaccine, bros? I guess it's a mystery. We'll never know. Fucking... It's fine.
I know it's the dead to rights. It's the dead to rights that drives me crazy too.
It's just like, I just remember when all of this shit was like coming out, and I tried talking about it with like normies, and they're like, "Oh, that's ridiculous." And I'm like, "Yeah, but have you read any of like the stuff from the NIH?" And their basic response would be like, "Oh, I don't have to read it. I already know that, you know, nothing like that could ever happen." Speaking of lawyers, Fauci had 6 lawyers there. I don't know why he needs 6 lawyers for his hearing, but one of them was he was a bit of a go-getter, this guy, right? He was full of piss and vinegar, full of beans, decided to sit at the table next to him. However, this was not allowed.
Audio. Fix the audio, do the thing. Do your thing, baby, with that audio.
Oh, is it? Oh, fine.
Yeah, that's not a problem. So, homeboy living in Spain, aged Animatics, he said, my dad just died a few months before COVID, and my life was shit, and lost my home to his debt, and then this fucking happened.
Oh, dude.
So, homeboy has been going through it, but he says that he's at peace now because he was made to feel like he was crazy about all these right-wing things, right? And now with the illegals flooding the borders, he's like, okay, yeah, am I crazy now? So there's a level of vindication where the unavoidable has finally happened. It can't be avoided anymore, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, there will always be some morons. I mean, there are still people wearing masks, for God's sake. But the number of people that are like that will just shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink.
Or else we die off as a species. It has to.
Yeah, well, that too. That too.
But the attorneys are not recognized. In fact, the attorney was told not to sit at the table, and he's not obeying that recommendation. There's a row behind you, sir. That's where you were told to sit, and you're not. And now you're disrupting the proceedings. And so, look, this is the way Anthony Fauci wants to be remembered. For a lawyer not listening to the rules. That's the way you want to be remembered, and that's what you're going to do. You are not recognized, sir. Security, please remove him from the room.
Go on, get. I'm not feeding you, dog. Get away from the table. You ain't get any scraps. Get. Go on.
Go on, lawyer. Go on, get.
Go on.
Get out of here. Now,
I don't want you no more.
This is the current U.S. Attorney. No, Florida. State of Florida Attorney General, James Uthmeier. He says his office is launching an investigation into Fauci. It's past time we found the truth of what happened during COVID. An appropriate time would have been 2 years ago, maybe, or like at least a year ago when Trump got into office. I don't know. Okay. Trump has said, however, that he will respect Fauci's pardon because, of course, Trump is worried that when he leaves office, if he needs to be pardoned by whoever is going to replace him for all the crimes that he's done.
Right.
The only thing you can really think about is the autopen because the most powerful thing the president has, they say, is the power of pardon. So he was pardoned by Biden, and I respect that. I know how powerful it is. It's a very powerful, they say it's literally the most powerful thing a president has. Now, whether or not I sign my things directly, almost everything I sign directly. You're witness to many of them. He signed very few. The only thing I know that he signed was Hunter Biden's pardon, but I'm not sure that he signed, he probably didn't sign this one. So I can't tell you what the law is. I've heard that you have to have a lot of need to have letters. You need to have all sorts of things that the person operating the auto pen has to know exactly what it's all about. He didn't know what it was about because I saw him testify. So maybe there's something on the auto pen. Other than that, the power of pardon is very powerful.
Okay. So you could go after the auto pen signing. Now, you might be wondering, Ardy, why does the pardon go back to 2014? What's so special about 2014? Okay.
That's kind of when things started getting gay in society, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Beginning of the pardon period precisely coincides with the National Institute Health Review of Ralph Baric and Peter Daszak's proposal for an NIH grant called Understanding the Risk of Bat Coronavirus Emergence by John Leake.
Oh.
The documentary evidence is overwhelming that Fauci knew that Daszak, Baric, etc. were conducting gain-of-function research with their colleagues at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. They knew that Baric and others were creating a SARS coronavirus variant capable of infecting and causing pathogenesis in humans. That's disease. They knew that the National Institute of Health continued to fund and therefore to endorse the research of Baric, etc., even after the federal pause on gain of function in October 2014, which Obama did. He knew that Moderna patented the genetic sequence of the SARS-CoV-2 furin cleavage site, which is sort of the smoking gun, that it was made in a lab. He knew that the NIAID, which he was the head of, began collaborating with Moderna in 2016 to develop an mRNA vaccine against coronaviruses. I was told it was just invented, it was just invented out of thin air because science is so awesome, bro.
They made a mistake. They were just trying to help us. You forgot that part.
Right. NIAID collaboration with Moderna prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. Scientists at the NIAID's Vaccine Research Center and the biotechnology company Moderna had collaborated for 4 years on mRNA vaccines for other emerging infectious diseases. I mean, fuck me, right? This is
what?
But one of the things that we can always rely on. Thank goodness for TMZ. Now, the guy from TMZ usually spends his time bigging up celebrities, being a paparazzi. Oh, and of course, trying to destroy any white positive movements. But he's very concerned about what's been happening to Fauci. Gee, I wonder why that is.
I have not used TMZ's YouTube channel to vent personal feelings about issues, but I'm going to do that today. Watching Anthony Fauci before a congressional hearing taking the Fifth Amendment is just one of the most heartbreaking things I have seen in government in my lifetime. And this is something we need to reckon with. That I'm going to say up front, I have problems the way the CDC handled COVID. I
Here
think
it is.
That, they did damage to children, to adults.
Yeah, say but.
I don't think they did it maliciously. I think.
However, yeah.
There we go. That's interesting because usually this guy is very quick to assume malice. I mean, you do remember the way he went after Return to the Land and just like assumed malice in that. I get, oh wow.
Yeah, but
I
you got to
wonder what the difference
remember,
is.
Mao did it by accident. Stalin was trying. They get the intent. Okay. Their side gets descriptions. Our side gets prescriptions. They simply just describe what their side does, but then they prescribe what is to be done with their enemies.
Listen. Who hasn't killed a few million people trying to get like a utopia to happen? I mean, shit. I went out in the garden the other day.
Perfect.
Right?
Trying to get utopia to happen. Now you can. There you go. Go start doing it now. You have everything you need. You have the intent. It's magical.
They did it because they were using their judgment and were overprotective, and I think at times overstated things they said they knew but really didn't. And I have personal problems with the way that COVID was handled. That said, Anthony Fauci, over a period of decades, has been an amazing public servant. In the 80s, I had many friends who died of AIDS, a horrible, painful death.
Yeah, I bet you did, gay boy.
Yeah, I bet you fucking did, dude. They have monkeypox too, motherfucker. What else do they have?
Wasn't that drug that Fauci pushed? Chat will know the name of it. Wasn't that like responsible for like killing like a whole bunch of people? The first retroviral.
And I had friends who lived because of Anthony Fauci, because he was willing to look at experimental drugs in a different way than they had looked at them before.
Why couldn't they just stop viciously fucking each other? I love the idea in terms of AIDS of like, there's nothing. It's like as if it's airborne, as if like, oh my god, how do we prevent the outbreak of more AIDS? What can we do?
That's right, AZT. Thanks.
Oh, AZT. Yep.
AZT. Yeah.
That really resulted in lives saved. And he has done so many other things in his career to thwart epidemics, to save lives, not just in the United States, but all over the world. He has been a dedicated public servant who could have made a lot more money outside of government than inside, but he stayed.
Dear Diary, that goofy move from TMZ really heralded me as a hero in the wild. That's my New Jersey accent, by the way, because he's not Mooish.
There's one thing you can always count on when you're Dr. Fauci, and that's that the moves will have you back for no reason whatsoever. Speaking of no reason whatsoever, did you know that Netanyahu has in his office a syringe in a box to commemorate the COVID vaccine and the part that Israel played in its development? This is a real picture, by the way.
I know that's supposed to be a joke. That's supposed to be a joke that you say that you don't have the picture because it's not real. That's what it's supposed to be. You're violating the rules right now.
Oh, am I violating the rules? Really? By showing the thing that exists? You mean?
Well, yeah. Hold on. Let me violate that rule as well, very, very quickly. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Have you seen this meme on how effective the vaccine is? How effective is the vaccine? 100%, 96%, 84%, 42%. It's AIDS. I just can't help myself sometimes.
Oh, that's a blast from the past. Holy crap.
Okay.
And now we are at a point where members of Congress, and yes, Rand Paul, are on a witch hunt. And the best I can.
I'm sorry. Pause it.
Are you saying it's a blood libel?
Well, it's not a. Have you ever heard of a witch hunt for one person? How is it a witch hunt? It's really just that one guy that they want to fucking talk to. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and for no reason at all, right? I mean, he's like, he's just some guy. It's like just going up to a random house in Queens and just abducting some dude and being like, "You caused the pandemic."
Right. But like even in the 1700s, it wasn't a witch hunt looking for Marge. That means witch hunt is several people that are being accused illegitimately.
Yeah.
Say for Rand Paul is that he's being really honest. I mean, he has said now over a period of years, he wants Anthony Fauci in a jail cell. He has said it out loud.
Oh no.
I mean, what? You mean he just doesn't like him? He's an anti-Faucist, is what you're saying. He just hates Fauci for being Fauci.
So,
not because.
But he's being descriptive.
He did.
Do you see how he's just being exactly? He's just being descriptive. He's just describing what happened, and that's it. He said he wants to put him in jail. That is descriptively what happened. Yes. Do we have a moral ought or anything, or why, or anything deeper? This guy's fucking allegedly investigative. He's the same fucking kind of moo smut peddler in my fucking country. Instead of porn, it's fucking whatever TMZ is, whatever salacious headline trash TV.
Yeah.
Wants him in a jail cell. That's the point of this hearing. That's why they're doing this. They want to take something that Anthony Fauci says and then claim it amounts to perjury and they want to
Right.
prosecute him, they
Yes.
want to convict him, and they want to throw him in
All
prison.
true.
That's the point
And
of
pause
this
it.
hearing.
He's
There is
just being, again, descriptive. We are not saying why or anything. Their side, it's always just describing what's happening in a morally condemning tone. And that's all they fucking have.
Are you saying he's telling you what happened, but not telling you why?
Yeah, the why really explains.
like I've
I don't
heard
know
that.
why it's happening.
I feel like I've heard that before somewhere. Never mind.
no other point of this hearing. There could be. I mean, there are things they could certainly ask him, but he can't answer. Because if he answers, it doesn't matter what he says. You know, if you can prosecute somebody for frickin'
Oh my God! Pause
seashells
it.
on
Pause
the
it.
beach shore.
What could Return to the Land have said to you, Harvey, to fucking satisfy you?
That's
So
right.
you wouldn't drag a fucking homo black by his fucking nappy head there, thousands of miles to go, huh? What do you think of that? Like, fucking, it's pretty clear on the website. Well, sir, you're on private property. What are you doing?
Yes, but will you take in like blacks? It's very, very important that there be blacks in your small white community in the Ozarks. Don't think about it.
Then you could certainly prosecute somebody for what they say in a congressional hearing. And that's the climate we're in. We are in a Senator Joseph McCarthy climate where there is such fear that
Wasn't McCarthy vindicated that the U.S. government was in fact riddled with commies?
I've shown it too many fucking times to count on my channel. Yeah, historically reflective. It's overwhelming that the commies have been in our federal government, and you'll notice that there's a McCarthy era in which, during the McCarthy era, we literally sentenced 2 communists, Mooish, by the way, to death for sharing secrets to the fucking Soviets, and they still were like, wow, you guys are really freaking out about these commies, huh?
Yeah.
It was the Chosenbergs.
Isn't that how the USSR got the atomic bomb?
Yeah, from, classic red-blooded American Oppenheimer, another moose. Dude, it's covered head to toe in moose and commies, okay?
How is Fauci not Mooish? I mean, they're really defending
He
him
has
like
to be.
he is. You know what
Fucking
I'm
has to
saying?
be.
Like,
people have, and legitimate fear that they'll end up in prison for what they say, no matter what it is, if they are on the wrong side of somebody in Congress or the administration.
oh, you mean like Eric Arvol from like Return to the Land? Like, worry that he's like gonna get all his like shit taken because he's on the wrong side of
Some annoying moo woman. They didn't cover that, did they? Is acting like she wants to fucking live there, and she obviously doesn't because she's just trying to get a civil rights violation. The civil rights, by the way, by the moos, by their own admission. We've shown videos before. 70% of the lawyers were mooish during the civil rights. They told me that. That's what they
I know.
said to me.
It's a great accomplishment.
That they have been silenced. And that's where we are right now. We are in Senator Joseph McCarthy territory.
If only.
And the idea that you have to watch this man take the Fifth Amendment. And again, I will say that I disagree personally with some of the CDC decisions. Absolutely, I did.
Pause it real
that
quick.
Said, he's a.
If we're in the McCarthy era, I want to be straight goy cone, okay? I want to be out there prosecuting them, sentencing them to fucking death, okay, for the country.
Public servant who worked for us and saved lives for decades. And we are turning him into what Rand Paul wants to be, a criminal. And Rand Paul has a political agenda, and it is prevailing here. Watching Rand Paul order security to throw Anthony Fauci's lawyer out of that hearing was unbelievable to me. We are in a dark period of America.
Because of that. We're in the dark. Dude, it really feels like it. First of all, it sounds like, but it really now starts to feel like Fauci is mooish. The level of vigor they have going into that, it really is a Faucian nightmare.
It is a Fauci nightmare. Wait, hang on. Of course, my audio drive has crashed again.
There you go.
Hang on a
Now,
second.
see, now you know. Now you're picking up on it.
Yep.
Now
I'm
you're
picking
picking
up
up
on
what's
it.
being put down. No fair. Jake Rattlesnake already released Rachel Wilson Oh my God! How did he fucking? The fucking video came out last night. How the fuck is he that quick? Sorry.
So we
Go
had
ahead.
secret footage from the inside of Fauci's brain.
Be the fifth. Be the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Incredible.
Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you? I have a secret document that I think you need to say.
Thank you all, sir. Good afternoon. I got your sentence reduced to a month.
See, where I'm from, that's a goof. Where I'm from, that's a joke. But I live in this new world called Clown World. Apparently, the rules here in this universe, it's not a joke. It's not a goof at all.
Someone did this with AI. It's pretty awesome.
Be the fifth. Be the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you?
I swear, this stream, if you watch the very first stream to now, it is a historical record keeping of how AI is developing in society.
Yeah.
We didn't have access to that 9 months ago.
Dear Diary, for better or worse, I am becoming an international celebrity. Calls from all over the world.
Calls.
Not hyperbole to say that today I am the most famous and talked about person in the country.
I'm sorry, rewind that. I'm so
Brad-
sorry. I'm so sorry. Not even just the word calls. Give me the side profile. Now, why does AI give him that nose?
Yeah.
Why is AI interpreting him this way? Incredible.
The ears are very close to the eye line.
I fucking love the
To say that today I am the most famous and talked about person in the country.
Beak.
Brad Pitt plays me on Saturday Night Live and thanks me in a very serious tone after his skit. The swag around me is getting really ridiculous. Had great call with Barbara Streisand. Press still hot and heavy about me. Petitions to vote me sexiest man alive. Major stories about my basketball career at Regis.
Basketball.
Jeez. Dear Diary.
How does AI know to make him talk like that? I don't think he talks that much like that. I think AI interprets him and they go, I know what to do with this. And
It depends on the voice sample you feed in.
yeah,
Now,
when does he sound exactly like that?
Now, of course, Fauci even refused to answer the most important question of all.
Why are you gay? On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
You are gay.
And this.
New, talking my first Fauci.
Don't worry, I brought Fauci.
Trust the science. Booster required. I plead the fifth.
Does it actually work?
I don't recall. My first Fauci. You will comply. New.
It's spot
I
on.
don't recall. Right. So yeah, that's all I got in the stack. We got some super chats, I think. Plead the fifth.
A little something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. New GM for $5. Thank you very much, Nuge. I'm very tempted to offer Ardy to quit the Quan Mills bit if he attends liturgy weekly for a month, but I don't actually think that would be good of me.
Yeah,
You're not
coerce
supposed to.
me into it. This guy does.
Yeah.
See, this guy's speaking
Yeah.
my language right now.
Yeah, see, he's doing the Alinsky thing. He's really using our rules against us.
Then if I put the idea in my head, then I think it's my idea. It's technically my idea if I believe it's my idea. See how this works?
Colin Christensen for $5. Thank you very much. Without arms, we are nothing. Is that the slogan for the new MVP program? So the MVP program is my new program for Zebulon. It's the minimum viable person program. We're trying to figure out how much we can sort of shave off a human being and still have them as a viable consumer. We're very, very, very excited. If you'd like to know more, check out the last clan-based life forms over on my channel.
Fist, you got to stop giving them ideas. This is getting dangerous.
Copycat for $5. Please, it's scared. Starship Troopers clip. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's afraid. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Joe by Slim, $13.
Hello there, mate.
Fauci eats corn the long way.
However you can get it through YouTube. However you can get it through there.
Oh, bro.
Somebody did this to Arden, okay?
Very nice. And J6 2.0 for $5. Thank you, mate. To be fair, pardons do not protect you from state prosecutors, and the administration is claiming his pardon isn't valid since it was made by AutoPen. Yeah, I know. I think everyone just wants there to be some closure from COVID. There just hasn't been any, right? The government never fucking apologized. No one ever went to fucking jail, right?
What closure? I mean, honestly, it's
look, like,
I can't even
get
imagine
it.
what the closure would be at this point. You know, now I know how the blacks feel about slavery. Like,
Yeah,
how do
I
you
mean-
apologize for that?
I mean, okay, you know, like, no, but you could have like some closure, okay? Like, surely it wouldn't work for everyone. You'd still have some retards in masks like wandering around being like, Fauci is innocent. But you need something like for the, you know, for the mass of the plebs to just be like, right, that's it. You know, it's over now.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the things about being in government is never having to say you're sorry.
I always imagine whenever you go, yeah, that's you, not today, demon, in your mind when you do that. Oh yeah, yeah, totally, yeah, all day, yeah.
All right, we out, bros. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. We'll be back on Tuesday. Monday I'll be on Aura McIntyre again for the final
things
thing
are getting serious.
Of the Grubs End of Empire, Cycle of Empire, whatever it's called.
Yep.
Oh, you got another clip for us, have you?
No, keep going. You were
right.
going to ask me for the last thing, and I'm going to tell people where I'm sending them right now.
Oh yes. Where are you sending everyone?
to Jake Rattlesnake. Now he's going to be talking about Spain because he's been to Spain. He's doing like legitimate right-wing anthropology. Okay. He also goes to protest. He actually talks shit to Antifa in person. Okay. But he does this across Europe. The guy's actually putting boots on the ground, so I'm actually going to be interested to see what he's going to say about Spain, because he probably has some pretty detailed knowledge about it from his travels.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, he's in Birmingham. Lovely. Well, all right. Thank you for coming, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Good night, bros.
Goodbye.